Did you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till you see what Digger and Johnny are talking about. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man. So sit in the chat, let's have a laugh. Hours planned are 3.5. Digger squirrels driving Johnny mad, reading chat backwards, making people laugh. Hey, who's yelling in the back? It's Al unloading on a dog's back. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man.
Oh, I didn't flip the screen over, so it said with Digger on there. We don't have Digger today. I have it on the thumbnail. I'm here, but I'm gonna take a nap. Oh, so are you here though? If you're taking a nap, are you here? If you're taking a nap, I thought if you're taking a nap, you're gone. Hey, it's everyone's favorite yowly little cat who's gotten way more yowly the last few days. You're worrying me, buddy. You doing okay? You doing all right? You've been vocal a lot more than normal. Is how you feeling? Just being a grandpa cat. How's that doing you? Well, if you want to come join us, hey, you want to join us? You want to come hang out here? I'll put my leg up. You can sit in my lap. Come on over. Cripple Canuck, how's it going? Well, the Canuck is here. Just as she just said, I'm here subconsciously. Oh, that's not, I appreciate that. I don't know if you realize it's not quite the endorsement that you think it is. I understand what you mean and that you're not saying what it sounds like you're saying, but it does sound like you're saying what you said, and so it's a bit of a problem. I'm sorry. So we're up on Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, all three of those platforms, hanging out with you folks today for 3.5 hours, or at least gonna try. I am fighting being so dog tired. Oh, I keep feeling like I'm out of breath. I'm not. I didn't do anything physically strenuous, but I keep like sitting down and just, like it just it's like I don't catch up. Pab Fargo with $4.99. Thank you very much. Pab Fargo getting in here earlier before we even launched, saying, I'm here. Good to see you. Thank you for that $4.99. Hey, with what we already have on Twitch, that counts. Hey, everything that happened yesterday and now Pab Fargo stuff, we're down to $25 for, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Oh. I got to start using those dental picks more. I think I just found a random stray corn kernel from last night. Gross, because it's been brushed twice now. All right, so we've got $25 for Thursday's call. It's gonna be a weird one. I'm already like quasi, but just because of the sleep, the lack of sleep. So that'll keep this thing afloat. And then if we end up doing hype train stuff, all bets are off. Up into and including me being like, all right, tap out time's approaching because somebody just isn't rated for this anymore. And my body doesn't want to keep going. So we'll see what we do. Hiya, Tuesday Troublemakers. Hi, Wild Saffron. Your Lady Digger's here, but she is hanging out in the Rumble chat maybe, but she's also apparently going to take a nap. She's going to lay down. She's going to rest. She was begging me to be on the show today and just kept asking and insisting that I couldn't do it without her. And she's half right. No, she didn't. I did actually repeatedly kind of ask like, hey, you want to do the show today? And she's like, no, I don't want to do the show today. And then like even today we were speaking. She's like, yeah, I'm just, doing 2 shows sitting in the chair. It was a little hard sitting straight like that. For that long. And I'm like, I understand. Fortunately, today it'll just be the one show. And she was like, no. And I was like, come on. So yeah, no. All of my poking, prodding, begging, and pleading did not work. And she is staying home to rest today. So good for her. I hope she gets a speedy recovery so we can see her happy, healthy, and excited to be here tomorrow because I love having that lady on the program. Okay, so moving right along. Let's mute that and go there. Covered. Okay, so we've got everything covered in all 3 things. Why the hell? I hate these additional ad messages they stick over the pin messages. The pin messages were for me, Twitch. Quit being a dick. All right, so we've got 3.5 hours of stories and content and stuff to cover with you guys. We're going to hang out for you over the afternoon. Thank you, Pab Fargo, already getting us a nice little jump on the start off here. Very grateful for that. If you want to throw in PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, Twitch, bits, subs, stickers, all that strange shit, and we say thank you. We've got a bunch of different things to cover. I might as well load them up. I suppose we could do them. We've got some more lighthearted stuff at the beginning of the show, and then some not as lighthearted stuff as we get going, I guess. Nothing seriously heavy, I don't think. I don't like getting into the weeds of too much stuff.
This is Bobby from St.
Oh,
Cloud
God, no, it
Summer's in
isn't.
full swing.
You eat a dick, Bobby. Nobody asked you. This is Bobby from St. Cloud Subaru, and since I wasn't expecting that ad, I kind of feel like Bobby raped me with his voice. Dear Lord. Oh. Whew. That was a little bit much. Good afternoon, everyone, says Mr. Q. Good afternoon, Mr. Q. I've got I don't know how you get touchy around some of this stuff, so I'm just going to give you a heads up in the second hour stuff, Mr. Q. I do have a story about Alex Preddy because it's an interview with his parents about his parents talking about how they discovered what happened to their son. And I was speaking with someone else about this earlier. It's not about a political opinion, his political opinion, what he stood for, what happened, who's right, who's wrong, none of that. Just literally, I feel like the miscarriage of justice for the parents to find out the way they did. So we're covering that. That might be a little bit harder for you later on. So letting you know ahead of time. Somebody set the mall food. What? Like in St. Cloud? Is there a story about it? Oh my God, it's in. Holy shit. This is from a day ago? Video. Oh, that's 3/31/12. What is this? Downtown Spart. This is not Fire Destroys Press Bar in St. Cloud. I have got St. Cloud. Like when we go to the St. Cloud Police Fire investigating arson fire at Crossroads. None of you guys have a video? Possible arson at the mall. St. Cloud Police Department is investigating after a fire broke out at the Crossroads Center Mall on Monday morning. In a press release, the police department said the fire occurred at 9:15 a.m., about 45 minutes before the mall officially opened. Bystanders extinguished the flames on furniture near the food court by the time officers arrived. The St. Cloud Police Department said a 57-year-old man admitted to intentionally starting the fire. He's awaiting charges at Stearns County Jail. Mall operators have been affected due to the damage and ongoing ventilation, St. Cloud PD said in a statement. And that's all we have. So we have a 57-year-old dude set fire to the food court in the mall. It's not cool, man. Where am I going to get my Cinnabons? What are you going after the mall for? What did the system, the man, the people do to you to go after the mall? R.I.P. Dolly Parton. Did Dolly Parton pass? There's so much news happening now that I didn't even know. We didn't even... Dolly Parton health update. I have no RIPs. She is experiencing some significant health issues, dealing with occasional dizziness and dehydration, but reassures fans she's doing well overall. I don't have any Dolly Parton dead, so I'm sorry, Penna Bishop. You can't back you up on that one. What, buddy? Do you want to be in the thing or not? Well, come on over. I'll pick you up. Come on over. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. They like seeing you anyway. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Woo. Come on. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. There you go, buddy. And everybody, it's your favorite cat, Alucard. She passed away. It was on NBC News 7 minutes ago. I got confirmation, says Mr. Q. Okay, it's not on the internet yet. It beat the it. She beat the internet to it. Then fucking Al, you can't be up on the desk. You sit on my lap, not on the desk, cat. Furry little weirdo. All right, so it's true, says Balls Deep. Well, then R.I.P. Dolly Parton. I don't have... That's the remote to my leg. That's the thing I use to make my legs loose, man. Now I got to go grab that after the show? Dick. So, yeah, dude, I didn't know she passed away. Damn. Yeah, it was Dolly Parton... Let's just Google search Dolly Parton screw health update. Enter. Dolly Parton. Yep, age still says 80 years. We don't have a thing saying death. Oh, but we have news stories saying death. Multiple news stories. Let's see if we can get videos. I ain't dead yet. That was in October. That didn't last a year. Shame. All right, so go back to all. We'll go through this. Dolly Parton dies at, let's go with Variety's piece. So Dolly Parton, Queen of Country Music, dies at age 80. Singer, songwriter, actress Dolly Parton, whose glittering country music stardom was matched by her pop fame and popular parallel careers in film and TV, died on August 25th. So, yep, she croaked today. She was 80 years old. I can't speak. She was 80 years old. With her family not releasing a cause of death, but saying she died peacefully today in Nashville. The announcement came after her official Instagram with a video from her nephew, Brian Seaver, on behalf of the Parton family. Well, that is sad. Is this the video?
Hey, everyone.
Can I full... God, I hate this stuff. You can't full screen these things.
My name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I am representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now.
So, like, she kept all of your guys' jobs in the family? So, like, you had to be born, like, I'm Dolly Parton's cook, like, my mom was before me, and, like, her mother before her. Like, is that how it all goes? Huh.
It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s.
So she's the one who got you hooked on smack. I'm sorry. This is very sad. This is very sad. Dolly Parton is dead. I'm trying to, it's just started the show. And it's just, start out with a dead celebrity. It's a fucking downer.
Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers, songwriters, musicians, and dreamers from every walk of life.
Oh, but she wouldn't open the door for, say, a random person just on her way to the gas station? That seems weirdly picky. She'll only get doors for some people. I feel like if you have an open doors for people policy, you should open the door for anybody coming to the door. It's just called politeness.
And across every continent. By her example, we believed that anything was possible. She never saw a door she couldn't open, and the doors she opened made and changed history.
I don't mean to brag, but most people can open doors.
My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist. I'm
going to be honest, and I know this is probably like fucking trashy, corny, fucking Bush League level, whatever. But like, I remember from the movie she did with Sylvester Stallone, and all I could think is, damn, she had huge tits. Just like back then, like I was just starting to discover that I was attracted to women, and I was just like, wow, that is, how does she stay standing? Like, it's just weird, you know? Weird. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Brian. If you're just joining us, I learned that the mall that I am not even 5 minutes from apparently had a deliberate arson set in the food court yesterday morning by a 57-year-old man. More on that to come as we find out, but I don't know that it'll be today. And Dolly Parton, at age 80, has passed away this morning, so it is very sad, and we have much reverence for Dolly, but because I'm a piece of shit, I am also making crappy little jokes.
An extended part of your family, whether you liked it or not. Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever. Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil, she farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
All righty then. Dolly Parton is dead. So very sad for the Parton family. Brian, well, damn, yeah. Ashley Casey, make jokes. It's not like she was your aunt or something, right? It's look, I understand this is a horrible time, horribly sad for the Parton family and him and those who knew her and loved her well. As somebody who just remembered her on that 9 to 5 movie, I just want to be like, she had big tits. Like, I mean, what do you want from me? But it is true. I even not being a fan of country music, I know a lot of Dolly Parton songs. Working 9 to 5, working 9 to fucking. I can blame my mom for all of this. By the way, I blame her for all of this. I still have that fucking working 9 to 5 song stuck in my head. I think she had a Dolly Parton greatest hits album or something, and it's just, wait, was that the third? What do you mean the third? More like Dolly Parton. Ah ha ha ha. Thank you for the $2, Balls Deep. Balls Deep and others throwing in has gotten our goal down to $25 for Thursday. So anything you throw in on any of the platforms chips in towards all of that. And we say thank you for your support. So Celebrity Deaths comes in 3s. Well, then who were the first two? But this is the thing that people say, Celebrity Deaths comes in 3s. But that only depends on when you start and stop keeping track. Like, keep in mind, if the counter never stops, we're up to who knows how many celebrity deaths worldwide. How's Pitbull doing? Worldwide. So, yeah, just like, it doesn't... Celebrity deaths happens in 3s. All right, well, what's the span of time? All right, so Peyton Hanetier, or Peyton... Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, her. Who's the second one? If none of us can remember, is it really a celebrity death? Her best feature was her gigantic personality, says Balls Deep. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, dude, she had a lot of personality. She had huge personality. She had that star image that just came out. She was, after all, a celebrity. Who knows how woke she was. So it popped up in my news. Dolly was one of a kind. Yeah, Dolly Parton passed away. Dolly used to send children's books in the mail for something we signed up for at their school. It's been quite a few years since we received a lot of good ones, but there were some that ended up as Firestarter woke BS. Oh. I don't know if she had any say in what titles were chosen for the program. She likely just funded it. I don't know about that because I thought the same thing about her, like Dolly Parton country home cooking, like freezer food line. And I was shocked to find out she was very hands-on with that. So, I mean, you could be right. It is entirely possible that she just signed her name to it and helped, raise money and attention for it. It's entirely possible that she picked some books and not others. Or she picked them all. Peyton, Dolly, and that drummer we talked about last week. Okay, well, then that counts as 3. Then we made it. We hit the trifecta. So somebody call the Grim Reaper and tell him he's not allowed to kill any more celebrities. He cannot kill any more celebrities. Carl Urban is safe for another year. And then we'll set up some more sacrifices when we get back around this time next year. So I'll be sad when Ted Nugent goes, says Rusty Grimmer. I won't. I found Ted Nugent entertaining as a character, but now I feel like he's kind of cringe. And he keeps to himself, so more power to him. I don't wish any ill will upon him. But at the same rate, when he's gone, I'll be able to make jokes just as much as I did. In fact, some cases more. And in other news, like let's do like a dry run. Ted Nugent is fine. Ted Nugent is alive and well, as far as I know. But let's pretend for a moment, for the sake of this thought experiment, that he's not. And in other news today, Ted Nugent has sadly passed away from cat scratch fever. Oh, that's about it. That's about it. My dad loved her, says Pat Parker. My mom loved Whitney Houston and Dolly Parton, so I have a lot of their songs stuck in my head. When I went back to DJing, Whitney Houston made a return, but I didn't play a lot of Dolly Parton songs, Like, not a lot of people wanted... If it was working 9 to 5, of course, obviously, but... Yeah. He died in Kathmandu. Oh... Red Scooper says, Carl Urban isn't old enough to worry about him dying. Right? And you would have told me the same about Hayden Panettiere. I would have believed you. But now she's gone. And I'll never get to dream about her again. Hi, Johnny Tuesday. Hey, Love Glass. Hey, didn't we just do this bit like not even 10 minutes ago? Just why do we do this? I get it. You just visited your dog, but we keep him upstairs now because it's a tripping hazard and I can't afford to break my face anymore. So I'll be over here. I would say we could pick you up and do more kitty in my lap time, but gauging what you probably just recently did, I'm all right with you keeping to yourself. Weird dog humping cat. Anyways, so yeah, I wasn't planning to do a story about Dolly Parton. That was not a planned part of the show, but jokes aside, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. I mean, she was probably, in my opinion, one of the last really big, like, pop stars. Like, after her, who did we really have? We had Madonna and Michael Jackson, and they're both, well, Madonna's still around. I feel like real pop celebrities aren't a thing anymore. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Now they're united in heaven. Kenny and Dolly. So there you go. Wow, we got a bunch of different stuff. There's a lot of different things we have to talk about. Like I said, our first hour stories and stuff were kind of aimed to be more lighthearted and fun and not as serious as stuff, especially at the start. I didn't anticipate someone be like, hey, so there was an arson in your town recently, to be followed by, oh, and so Dolly Parton's dead. So we'll just kick me right in the dick. Isn't Paula Abdul and Reba McEntire still up? But I don't know if I count them on the same level as I do Dolly Parton, Michael Jackson, and, like, say, Madonna. Maybe Paula Abdul, but Reba McEntire? I mean, if we're just doing country music, maybe Reba. Huge tracts of land. Oh, man. And this is the thing, like, a lot of people lost their shit for Pamela Anderson and, like, oh my God, she's got fucking huge, but hers were surgery and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, Dolly Parton was natural. I actually got to Google that. Did Dolly Parton get plastic surgery over the years? Oh, damn. She discussed getting breast augmentations and lifts in the boob. Ain't no shame in the boob job game. Okay, well, did she get breast enlargement? Breast implants. Reduction, I would understand. Oh, no. Just openly confirmed that she had breast implants and other cosmetic procedures throughout her career. So never mind. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. She was just the first chick to get ginormous breast implants. They will bury Dolly in a river. They will name the area Islands in the Stream. No. Ryan Dirty Llama. Hey, it's Johnny. Hey, Ryan Dirty Llama. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. As you've clued in, Dolly Parton's dead. I didn't know until we started the show. I literally found out by the audience. I didn't believe the audience at first. I'm like, I can't confirm it. I can't confirm or deny whether she is clocked out for her last 9 to 5. And then they're like, nope, she's out. And I'm like, oh, it is confirmed. Here we ho. All they want to know is if her titties were real. No. I believed that as a kid, and I was checking if I was mistaken. I'd grown up under the impression that she was like one of the last like natural beauty like kind of ladies, and it's like no, she got a lot of work done too. So I was clarifying that for my own ignorance, I guess. I don't know that anybody else was concerned. I was checking into it because I was under the impression that was not the case. I was under the impression that she was because you don't think about that. Like when I was a kid, man, and she was in that movie with Sylvester Stallone, like back then even, like I didn't realize we were doing implants back then. Even then we had them. Balls Deep saying, well, we know she didn't drown. Yeah, because by all confirms and accounts, it was peacefully in her sleep. So yes, you are correct. Balls Deep, thank you for the $2. She did not drown. Just godless heathens. Thankfully I am too, so it's fine because I don't I don't belong to any particular religion. So I guess like, you know, we'll put a little. I'm in some back pain. I'll do a little Dolly Parton toot. For our long lost lady. Oh yeah, fakers don't have buoyancy because they're just saline, so they're just pouches of water. So, but that's why I've always advocated you're getting augmentation surgery anyway. Why not get like some like safety device features, like a squeak toy or something, so you can like set it off if you're being accosted. Like people will hear the noise, like somebody's grabbing a tit, you know, or flotation devices, airbags, just different stuff. You know, like if I was gonna modify me, I'm Inspector Gadgeting it. Like if I'm getting dick enhancement surgery, you better believe that motherfucker's like gonna telescope and have like infrared zoom and shit. Like we're going all out. If we're gonna modify it, why not do extra stuff? Like if I'm gonna modify it, I might as well go to the extent that it gets me an extra passenger in the carpool lane. Like that's what we're qualifying for. That's what we're going for. Rinder, my float, they're real. Gives a whole new meaning to the term sink or swim. Oh, all right. So our first, oh wait, we were going to do our little, so again, farewell, Dolly Parton. Jokes aside, iconic music legend, TV and film actress Dolly Parton passing away at age 80 today. Fare thee well, on to sunnier shores may you be. Au revoir. Wait, that's another question. Do I have to learn French now? Fuck. I better check. Fuck. I have to like get Rosetta Stone or some shit. Busy says Balls Deep. Yeah, it's been a busy day. If we donate to Johnny to modify you, are you going to be Bionic Johnny? Absolutely, Bionic Johnny. Like, you know the and I hate to say this because it's a female character, but in the Kingsman movie, if you know that movie, there was a chick who had like leg amputations, but she had her leg amputations modified with these blades that she could like slice people up with. I'm going with that. You know what I mean? Like my legs should turn into tank treads or rockets or something. She had a bunch of reductions, St. Aaron. She had a bunch of reductions. By the end of her career, she was massively reduced. Johnny wants a cyberpunk dick. I mean, I don't want it. I'm saying if I get it. I'm saying I don't get an augmentation surgery without getting all the bells and whistles. You know what I mean? Like, we don't just do it so now it's a couple sizes bigger. Like, it's not, no. This thing should double as a life preserver. It should have its own Wi-Fi signal. I should be able to pair it with my phone. Like, we're going all in. You know what I mean? If we're going to modify it, if we're going to go under the knife and we're going to alter God's creation, we're going to do the thing to, soup to nuts. We're not giving it a half-assed thing. We're not doing a part of it. We're going whole. We're going whole hog. Pun intended. Wild Saffron says, Canada and French, just drink a bottle of wine and pretend you're Pepe Le Pew. Well, that's pretty easy because I was going to say something that makes me sound horrible. I'm not going to. Johnny needs wheels. Right? I need wheels. Well, no, not really. I have wheels. They're just on a chair. I need my legs to work, so I don't need a chair with wheels. That's what I need. Everything else is just, patching the symptoms. I refuse to bend on this, but thank you. All right, there we go. Caught up with everyone. And like I said, Dolly Parton, dead at 80. All right, so we've got a story. I guess it's a rip and read. That's a shame. I thought it was a video. We have a story. Apparently, well, I can open, or let's just do it from the, yeah. Oh, that is so dirty. Okay, let's get over to this. We'll do it through here. It is all the facts are on here. All right, so this is in Australia. An outlaw motorcycle gang member was arrested for breaching his firearm ban by playing a plastic duck shooting game. Timothy Simpson could face 15 years in prison for using an air rifle to win his daughter a carnival prize. So to win his daughter a teddy bear, just being a good dad, like, okay, I get it. He's a criminal, but he went to court. He did his day in court. You gave him his punishment. Whatever debt to society he owes, he paid. You let him back out. He's able to go out and that's bullshit. Yeah, he's over. He's over by the fish game. He's armed and dangerous. What does he have? He has the BB air rifle thing. You know, really, it'll take somebody's eye out, but only if they're like within 10 feet. So, are you shitting us? No, this literally happened. This literally happened. This man over here is Timothy Simpson. Timothy Simpson, no relation to Bart, has been apparently found in violation of his firearms ban because he won his daughter a prize. This is one of those things where, like, if the judicial system truly worked, this is one of those things where we dismiss it outright along the way because, come on, common sense dictates he was getting his daughter a teddy bear, an experience and a memory that everybody there gets to have. Now, I understand as an outlaw, as a person who's committed a crime, he might not be entitled to all the benefits and joys of society. But do we really need to waste the courts, his, and the correction system's time having to lock him up now for 15 years? 15 years. We're going to lock him up for 15 years because he won a prize for his daughter. Everybody's a winner. Click, not you. You're going to jail for a decade and a half. Enjoy. Dear Butch saying you can buy a muzzle loader without a background check, but you can't use an air rifle. In Australia, this is in Australia. To be fair, this is in Australia. This is taking place in Australia. So, Timothy Ronald Simpson, 48, reportedly attended the Willunga Almond Blossom Festival in South Australia on July 26th with his 5-year-old daughter. You people are evil. During the festival, Comanchero outlaw motorcycle gang member allegedly tried his luck at a sideshow game where players use an air rifle to shoot plastic ducks and win prizes. Local outlet 7 News did not expand on Simpson's criminal record, but if he is an outlaw motorcycle gang member, he probably has several run-ins with the law. Whatever he did, it triggered a total ban on owning or using anything that remotely looks like a firearm, including toy pellet guns that shoot rubber duckies. Simpson was arrested in Adelaide on August 21st and charged with breaching his firearms prohibition order and being unlawfully present at a shooting gallery, according to police. Step right up, everybody's a winner. Can we do it, Daddy? No, honey. If I do that, I go to jail for pretty much for the rest of my life. So, no. Dear Lord. Indeed, Butch. Last I checked, you could have one mailed to your house, too. What, a muzzle loader? Is it just because it's so much work? Ryan Dirty Llama, Johnny needs wheels like a motorcycle with a sidekick seat for Digger and one for the kitties. That'd be her kitties. Yeah. We'll figure out how we're talking about that, and we'll talk about that stuff later. Better hide your NES Duck Hunt game. Right? I would love to see them. They're just playing old school Nintendo, and the cops bust down the door. Freeze! 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 Drop the blaster! Like, come on, man. It's an air rifle at a shooting gallery, and he didn't even do it for himself. He did it for his daughter. This is a man on the path to redemption, winning his kid a prize. Yeah, I just covered that a minute ago. Dolly Parton died at age 80 at like 9 a.m. this morning. Terribly sad. Apparently, she was overworked 9 to 5. But yes, terribly sorry and sad for her. Hope her family's well. While the attraction was a carnival game, South Australia Police classifies shooting galleries as places where members of the public use secured firearms to fire at moving or stationary targets. These can include .177 caliber air guns and weapons powered by compressed gas. The firearms order charge carries a maximum penalty of 15 years behind bars or an Australian fine of 75,000 AU. Being unlawfully present at a shooting gallery can result into up to 10 years in prison or a $50,000 fine. I mean, honestly, what the hell, man? He took his kid to a carnival. Chevy JB, pretty sure you can get a black powder gun on Amazon. What if I want a white powder gun? A Coke shooter. Why don't you load your black powder musket? Because I hate the blacks. It's not the same. You're just racist. Who ratted him out? Vengeful ex-wife. No, Wild Saffron. My bet on who ratted him out? Prize operator. He cleaned house. He won his daughter a couple of bears and a few extra prizes. And this guy's like, I'm going to get mine. I know what that is. I know what that tattoo is. I know what you're a member of. It's not fair when the game's rigged and you know it and you still beat me. Now I'm going to report you to the cops. Riding Niger Llama before Biden or after Biden? Which one? The guy we're talking about was in Australia. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Common sense on which side, though, says Riding Niger Llama. I mean, again, this is one of those common sense, nonpartisan common sense. The common sense that he's banned from using firearms. A toy gun at a shooting gallery in a carnival that's being held in a public place. It's not his firearm. The firearm belongs to the carnival. We deemed it safe for other people. We deemed it safe for everyone else to go to the fair and shoot to win a bear. So even though he's not supposed to use guns, can we all agree in this particular instance, it's not really a problem. I mean, what's the other side of that coin? Well, after he gets a hold of the air rifle, he's going to take violent control of the carnival and hold everybody hostage, demand that they all start paying ransom while he eats every bit of popcorn he can find. Oh, wait, that's me. Sorry. Me and my daughter. That's how it goes if I take my daughter to the fair. I'm holding everybody ransom for popcorn. But no, there's no reason to go after 15 years. Again, who did he hurt? Who was victimized? And who's the bigger victim in the end of all of this? The guy that's in jail for 15 years, the society that pays to keep him in jail for 15 years, or the daughter that loses 15 years with her dad because he won her a toy at a fucking carnival? God, at least get the cheese curds. You're right, dear Butch. I am underselling. I am selling myself short. You got to get the cheese curds and the mini donuts. Don't fucking skip out on the mini donuts. The mini donuts are where it's at. And then what's the other one? I know my daughter loves the cotton candy, but as I've gotten older, it's just it's colored sugar and it's sticky, and it just feels like I'm eating housing insulation. I feel like cotton candy is a slippery slope to finding your kids in the attic eating the insulation, and it's just nobody's happy then. Ooh, funnel cake. You know what? I'm just going to divert to your opinion on this because you got all the right answers. Elephant ears. I don't know that I've had elephant ears. I've had those crappy orange peanuts. Those things aren't even decent for packing. Let's just be clear. They're not good for consumption or for packing, so either or. As for elephant ears, I don't know that I've ever had elephant ears. What are elephant ears? Wild saffron, shall we? I'm supposed to say, if I buy a unicycle, does it come with a coupon for Johnny's Exotic Meats? No, the unicycles and the exotic meats are not a linked business because the unicycles don't actually exist, or the exotic meats for that matter. But as a fun show sponsor, Trucker 18-wheeler, Trucker 18-wheeler is just a fun show sponsor it sits in. And I know you know the bit. We're just having fun with it. My county fair is in October. I can't wait for the food and can't wait to heckle the politicians who come, says Ashley Casey. I don't know when our county fair is here. I think it's in September or October. I'd like to take my kid just because I want to take her on some. Here's what I really want to do. With the way everything's going to be working out timing, we might have to do this. Maybe for her next birthday specifically, I want to take her to like Valley Fair, like in the summer. Like when Valley Fair opens up in the summer or this fall if I can swing it. Just like family trip, Valley Fair, kid goes on a bunch of rides, has a good time. Daddy-daughter day, we're going on all the rides she wants to ride. We're wheelchair skipping the lines, going on every ride she wants to enjoy. So yeah, Benton County Fair was 2 weeks ago, so I missed it. Minnesota Fair is this week. Yeah, I'm not big on the Minnesota Fair. That one's too big. Benton County Fair was 2 weeks ago. Shit. That's what happens when you never go by the fairgrounds. When I grew up, the town I grew up in, you'd go by the fairgrounds a lot, so you'd know when something was coming or happening because you'd see them setting shit up. Now it's unless they put all that stuff up like they did during, was it COVID or whatever? They put the stuff up at the mall when they do that, but they can't be doing that now because somebody set the food court on fire. That's the worst part, man. What if you work at the mall and the food court's where you get your lunch? But now you can't today because we're cleaning and fixing everything. Why did the 57-year-old dude set the place on fire? What's the aim there? Where's the there? I'm going to burn down the food court. Fucking dick. All right, so yes, Australia man may face 15 years for buying his daughter, or not even buying, for winning his daughter a prize, or at least attempting to. We don't even know, actually, if he actually won. Nothing says America like riding fast carnival rides by unprofessional carnies. Right? Nothing says America like playing the lottery game of, will we survive this carny ride? Because most of them, you do. Odds like dying in a carnival ride are kind of like the odds of winning the lottery. They're not high. Ironically enough, will we survive this carny ride is also what a lot of people in Canada are saying. We will talk about the tariff thing. We got a story about that in a video. Everybody's talking about Canada's answering back American tariffs dollar for dollar. It's like, right, but is the amount of goods exchanged and populations receiving and consuming said goods, is that equal? Because if it's not, dollar for dollar doesn't matter as much. It's less important there. Sorry. He had to eliminate coupons, but he offers BOGO. No, I don't. No, I don't, Wild Saffron. Don't spread these horrible lies. It's not a county fair if it doesn't have truck and tractor pulls. See, I've always wondered if my kid would want to go to, like, say, a monster jam, like with all the monster trucks and stuff, because I'd totally take her. But the problem is I know my daughter, and after she watches them do the stuff in the monster trucks, she's gonna kind of want to go drive them. And no. So I don't want to get a kid who's into motorsports. I am so worried she's going to want to swing towards motorsports. It's just something I sense about her, and I'm worried. She's either going to want to focus on animals and be a vet or motorsports, in my opinion. Demo Derby used to be my fave, but the cars aren't the same anymore. That's because we make cars designed. Demo Derbies were built out of the idea that back in the day we built cars as tanks. We've slowly, through bureaucratic oversight, we've slowly whittled that down more and more and more, forcing companies to design cars to be more and more collision friendly. So when those cars age out and become demo cars, they crumple and collapse and die at the first because they're designed to do that. You gotta you gotta build your demo car now. You can't get like an old beater and make it a demo car. You gotta like build a car and the frame and it's designed to take the hits. And then eventually it dies when it's taken too many. I saw Canada threaten to cut off electricity to the U.S. I dare them to stop trash removal. I dare them to stop trash removal for them. Michigan imports Canadian trash to fill our landfills in the States, says St. Aaron. I did see that we are being threatened with energy cutoff. I also had a similar kind of response, like that won't work. I was thinking about it's like I live in Minnesota. I've got not more than 30, 45 minutes from me. There's a nuclear power plant. So you might affect some of America, but ain't hitting me, hun. Like, sorry. I just want a good combine demolition derby. That's scary. Bus demo derbies are my favorite. I love it when we get the buses and it's time to throw those giant Twinkies at each other. That's a good time. People can't die anymore in demo derbies from a steel beam. I haven't seen it written down as a law, but I still think like physics dictates that a steel beam could kill a person in a demo derby, depending especially on where it's mounted. So I don't know that I would support that statement. King Kong Dong. Hey, good to see you. Haven't been around as much. I know you're busy. Thank you for being here, King Kong Dong. Oh, it's funny when it's funny. I love the Wright County Fair Combine Derby. They actually do combine derbies? All right, you know what? We got a lighthearted story about a soccer game and stuff like that, but screw it. We're gonna divert for a minute. I want to see a combine derby. That's got to be because combines are some, but like really. Holy shit! You type in combine, third thing on YouTube, combine demolition derby. We'll go 7 minutes.
The top two in each one of these three heats.
So wait a minute.
One of those two drivers gets themselves $100 and a ticket into the feature.
How does the combo demo derby work? Because in regular demo derbies, you're just all in the place and you're smashing at each other. So now they're racing, but they can hit? What's...
Whoever finishes this thing on top, he's going to walk away with $1,000 and a trophy.
All right. No offense. I could do without all the smoke.
Third is $300. Fourth is $100. And of course, we had our best decorated. That was $50 as a trophy.
All right. I don't want to do the whole video. Let's get into the action. So, American Freedom here. Having a good time. Realistically, who were you going at? There was nobody there from Jump Street. He backed out of your way. You're like, I got this. budding conquer. I'm trying to read what that says. We have a combine derby every year, says Ashley Casey. Good afternoon, gringos and infidels. Good afternoon, Los Federales. St. Aaron, I'm craving beer right now. You should be. It's proof that you're an American. If you're an American, you see a combine derby and you go, somebody have a beer? Like, I don't even like beer. And I'm like, yeah, I could go. You got like a Rolling Rock or a Dos Equis? Go for a Dos Equis. Oh, it's the human centipede of combines. Oh, no. We've put it to, You never go ass to mouth with a combine. This poor bastard in the middle. The fun part about this is the field we have for the Derby is just not quite big enough to house all the combines. So they have to, like, take turns hitting each other. Ashley Casey, keep in mind how pricey combines are to purchase. Right, this is way more than I picked up a Ford Tempo GL and threw in a new alternator and started running it. Like, these things are not cheap. And I have to imagine, like, after they get done with this, parts have to be replaced, but they don't, like, destroy them, do they? Oh, I got pink eye from the impact. Oh, he's getting loose in his skis. His back end is swinging wide. But see what I mean? Like, they're damaging these front parts and stuff here, but for the most part, the vehicles themselves seem like they're pretty intact. Oh, okay. I may have spoke too soon. Let's rewind that a touch. That is some significant structural damage. That is not good. Oh, he's just pushing the little guy. Oh my God, he's missing a wheel. Holy, I didn't realize. This whole time he's been tripoding it. Mr. Q says a brand new combine is over $1 million. Yeah, but I imagine if you're in the area where you're buying combines, like, you're paying that off because of the amount of money you're making with it. Like, you don't buy a combine because you've got just a little tiny patch behind your house. You know what I mean? Like, you've got some significant field space and size. Hence why you get like a dog missing its leg. That's some skill. I'm amazed this puppy hasn't tipped over on him. It stayed relatively balanced. Again, one wheel missing. I don't know who my money's on here. Either Crunched Badunkadunk or Three-Wheeler Tom. Oh, Crunch Badunkadunk giving him the pointy end of his back end. Suck it, America. But Three-Wheel Tom won't take that lying down. Does anyone know where his tire went? Did it fall off when he hit the frickin' wall when he spun it too wide? Yep. There it is. Found it! So he slid the back end and he lost a tire. I take it back. This is the greatest thing ever. Why don't we do this? This should be America's new national pastime. Every state should have a contender, and we should have a every state contender, kind of like the Miss America pageant, only it would be Mr. America, and it's the Combine Derby. And we just literally, every state gets to field a competitor. We can all jump in. You don't need to have actual farmland to make it happen. I'm looking at you, New Jersey. Like, you can still send somebody up. Next up, excavator wars. I don't know about that. I'll say this, and maybe it's just because I'm a redneck. This is fucking awesome to me, and a good pumpkin chunkin' is always a good time, too. There are 60s and 70s combines. I mean, I feel like some of these are. I don't think this one over here is. Trail Cross is fun too, where they race around with the old shitty trailers and boats until they tip over, or the hitch rusts off. I still think the Alaskan town that celebrates the 4th of July launching cars is the best. I don't know, but I don't think so. We'll check that in a minute. I just want to see the three-wheeler either take it or lose it at this point. It's probably a losing game for you because you're down a peg, but... Get him! Oh, no! All right, so let's get over that. That's amazing that's a thing. They should paint one rainbow and all the other... Oh, that seems mean. That seems mean. Again, I like the idea that every state gets a... Because then it becomes like it's something to invest in. You know, because your state pride. Manhattan, blah, blah, blah. Several people, including pedestrians, were injured this morning in the Ironwood intersection of Manhattan. Police said a Corvette was speeding eastbound around 6:30 a.m. when it collided with a Mercedes-Benz. Okay.
Wow, ma è temprano aquí.
So this happened in
Wow, ma
Manhattan.
è temprano aquí.
Oh, dear Lord.
I know who's done this. Wow, mira.
Holy Jesus. See what I mean? Cars aren't meant to take a hit anymore. They just break. A case in point, exhibit this.
Mira lo que pasó.
So this Lamborghini is all the way over here. I thought the collision was here. Who the heck is this guy? I hope they're okay. Looks like they got knocked halfway out of their pants, but maybe that's just how they were walking down the street.
Vivo, mira. Mira qué accidente, mira. 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 Haciendo cero ahí.
God, I hope that dude's okay. Dear Lord, does Hawaii lose every year? They don't know what a combine is. I mean, I still want them to be able to, like, you know, field a candidate. You know what I mean? Like a contender. They should be able to enter a combine into this. Let's see if we can find... You type in Alaska. By the time you get to the S, Alaska car launch is the first thing you find. Oh, God, we've got the 2025. We don't have the 2026? I want... Oh, launching cars off the side of a mountain, 2026. Here we go. Dear Lord. I need a mashup. Now we get drone technology to cover this. This is great. So if you don't know what this is, in Alaska, during the 4th of July, the sun doesn't actually set. They don't achieve nighttime. So they can't set off fireworks on the 4th of July. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the same place that we're covering doing this. So they started doing this thing where they launch cars off of a 300-foot drop called the Alaskan car launch to celebrate the 4th of July. They get cars, people get different local sponsors, and they launch their beaters off a hill. Pab Fargo, those will never combine again. Probably not. Did you see the engine in the tree? The engine in the tree, the dude sitting on his ass, the people laid out in the street, the Lamborghini destroyed. One car that looks like it's almost all pieces now. Yeah, it was carnage. It was carnage. It's a long video, but you can jump around. In which one? The car clip thing? Yeah, we're going to jump around.
What is up, 1320 fans? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to
I don't want to do your channel.
Hill to set up some cameras and check out the.
We just dropped a brand new American flag design, both in.
I don't want your merch.
Getting super excited to come up to this. They brought a car. I think it's a black minivan, and they're going to send it off here in a little bit. But they're on the property. It's pretty badass.
All right, dude.
Like I said, we brought 9 sacrificial GoPros. That doesn't mean we're getting 9 back, okay? That one might be fucked. We don't know yet.
Again, there's nobody driving it. I want to participate in this. Like, I want to go. If Rex ever dies on me, I'm finding a way to make this happen. This is how we send him off in style. I'm dressing him up like a Mass Effect thing, and I'm launching him off the cliff. Here's the only thing I feel bad for. These poor trees getting destroyed by the cars we're launching down the hill.
Landed about the same spot as the Corolla. We still haven't seen one clear the entire hill yet.
Welcome to America. And another tree gone.
A hard pop. And I gotta say, our GoPro tree is now the only tree in the area still standing.
Camera tree. That'll happen.
The vehicles that just have the horn going nonstop because they're destroyed. Their sensors are broken. So you can't shut it off. You just gotta wait for the battery to go out. I'm conflicted. Use American made to do it with, but at the same time destroy foreign made. Dude, I don't care what car you use to do it. This is just, in my opinion, this is a fun way that they're like, what's the most redneck America thing we can do? Because we can't celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks because the sun doesn't set. So instead, it's just an afternoon out in the sun, day drinking while we watch cars careen off a cliff. It's just enjoying your favorite part of every action movie for like a good hour and a half. Not even close.
Hung itself perfectly.
It's just a pile of crumpled cars down here. This has got to be the most fun ever. It's like Red Bull car races. Actually, we covered what was it? The Red Bull obstacle course, the aerial obstacle course thing they did. I'm sorry, Red Bull stuff crazy. They've gone to a new level. I don't know that I would agree. We had a Chevy Citation named Rex when we moved here from New York in 1981. Oh. My Ford Flex, I call it Rex because Rex is a character in a game, and he's an alien. He was red. That's all that really matters. It's stupid. I'm a nerd. I'm a fag, whatever. And so I called my Ford Flex Rex. It just was a thing. I think there's a Corvette Barbie car in the 2026 launch off.
Soft tumble all the way down.
I guess I didn't think I'd ever see a car getting thrown off a mountain would be calm, but we've seen some pretty crazy stuff.
That thing had no power. It's probably driving down the hill right now.
I don't see it.
All right, so apparently there's a minivan at the bottom of the hill that's on.
I'm excited to see, and I really want to see. I want to see the PT Cruiser. I want to see what happens with the PT Cruiser, and then I guess I feel like best performers would be you, or maybe you behind him. You look like you might be the most powerful cars here.
Fire right now. It's been on fire for
Launch the box truck.
a couple launches, and they said, "What should we do about the fire?" They're like, "Well, where are we landing right now?" They're like, like to the left of that car. Okay, we're gonna aim to the right. They're gonna try to land on car on top of the fire to put the fire out. This is
So we're sending vehicles with minimal gas down a hill to careen into the side of the cliff and hill and have a good time. Turns out vehicles that have a combustion engine, sometimes when they get into accidents, catch on fire. So how we want to put that fire out? Do you want to get some water? Do you want to have a fire extinguisher? Maybe pause the festivities for a minute, get someone in there, just spray it out? No. Can we try and land another car on top of it? That'll certainly smother it out, right? That couldn't possibly just start another car on fire.
most entertaining thing I've ever been a part of. This is freaking amazing. Putting fires out with other cars by launching. That's just cool. That's just cool.
Oh, here's my PT Cruiser. I believe in you. You can do it. Ooh, you got some air. Yeah. And nearly landed on the car. The fire is still raging, by the way. The fire is still totally raging. Dear Lord. Where are these? First of all, you're getting a like. Is there a subscribe button over here? I'm subscribing to you people. Oh, dude, again. I don't approve of the destruction to the trees. But damn if I don't want to be a part of this. Look at the air that got.
Honestly, one of the best distances, 899, 26 for the PT.
I love this. What happens if you win, though? Sean saying correctly enters the chat by hitting the like button. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Not Granny's Buick, says Wild Saffron. Let's jump around here, because if you want to catch the whole... Oh, we've got one with an internal. If you want to catch the whole video, you should watch these guys' video. We'll throw the link up in the chat if you want. I don't want to do their whole video, their 820 video, whatever their thing is called. Is 820? You know what? I don't know what it is. I'm all for the flag in the background, the pyros, the car launching. Trees are renewable resources. Look, dear Butch, don't get me wrong. I'm not even for a second suggesting we stop these festivities because of the harm to the trees. I'm just expressing a general sadness for the needless death of trees. But fucking cut them down, use them for kindling. Let's launch some fucking cars. This is anybody who played with Matchbox cars or Hot Wheels kits as a kid. This is your life. This is what you want. Later in the news, raging wildfire out of control, 400 acres burned, 0% contained, evacuation warnings in place. You talk about for the area that we're at right now, or is that an actual thing? I do have some fire stories to talk about. I didn't believe you existed. I really didn't. But thank you. Thank you for being here and adding stuff like this into our world. This is the best thing ever. A minivan with a giant plunger. Let's fucking go. These GoPros ain't making the landing. Oh! The radiator's busted and just shooting steam out the... Oh, that was good. Ever heard of the Impossible Hill Climb? I have, but that's where the vehicles go up and they're not supposed to fall back down.
Plunger down.
Not as aerodynamic with the plunger. And really, it really worked against you, just sticking in there like a javelin and just fucking killing all your forward momentum. So now you just die on the hill and slowly slide to a stop.
Plunger slapping clean in half. Van only about halfway down the hill. We were all in dispute about what it was going to do. It broke clean off and off the van.
All right, that's a good way to bring it back. We're basically kicking off the whole thing again because we got so many cars left. Just sent the plunger off. That was pretty good for the crowd. I heard everybody get really excited about that. We got a Dodge Caravan. It's got a duck on the top, and it's got like hundreds.
All right, here's our last one. Didn't they do a bus this year? No, says Riding Dirty Llama. The duck took flight. And he was out. The duck survived. The inflatable ducky survived.
Even from here, we can see all the ducks just trickling down the hill.
All right, up next we got this black minivan. I'm pretty sure this is the Danny Duncan and Bam Margera minivan. Here we go, it's going.
There's some distance. I can't stop watching this. Poor rubber ducky. Yeah. All right. That is just messed up. Johnny Squirrel Tuesday. It happens. Those poppies don't live long. Or those popples, not poppies. Popples don't live long. Kind of a weed / tree. All right. Well, then it's no harm, no foul. They'll return quickly. Yeah, there we go. Speaking of smashing vehicles, didn't we look at that one? There we go. That's Quackers. That thing disintegrated. It was a good time. I'm sorry. That was fun. I didn't plan to get into any of that. I don't even know how we squirreled off that hard. I think it started with combine derbies. We were talking about things to enjoy at a fair. It all started with a story we were covering at the first hour. Holy crap, time is flying by. It started with a story we were covering in the first hour of a man who in Australia, this is in Australia, a man is arrested for 10.5 years. Or not 10.5, fuck me. A decade and a half. I got my shit screwed up. God, I hate my brain sometimes. A man might get 15 years in jail because he won his daughter a prize at a... Well, we don't even know that he won the prize. How much would that suck? You failed to win your daughter the teddy bear. Now she's kind of bummed out and you're going to get arrested for it? But he used an air rifle at a carnival game, and that's apparently against the law for him as a convicted criminal. And so for violating the law, he might get up to 15 years. Like, that's the max. I would hope that doesn't happen. It just seems so pointless to go there. Close, but no cigars, is Pat Fargo. Yeah. Rusty Grammar says they grow to like full size in 10 years, but then one bad windstorm and you have a hole in your roof. I will say those trees were given way pretty fast, pretty easy to those cars and stuff. I mean, granted, what the hell is a tree really going to do against a vehicle? But still, like, yeah, they were popping like loose pretty quick, almost like it was meant to happen. And they don't even make great firewood? Well, then fuck that. Yeah, never mind. You can get rid of those trees. Popples are shit like box elders. All right, then I don't feel as bad. An air rifle is not a firearm. Fucking stupid. See, that's what I'm saying. An air rifle is not a firearm. The air rifle is there at the carnival shooting gallery for everyone to step up and attempt to win a prize. We trust society to operate these things. We trust the operators to make sure that they're safe, safely secured, and not something that people can just use to hurt people. So why can't this guy win a prize for his 5-year-old daughter? Come on. Jail time? Like I said, the amount of effort to penalize, incarcerate, and keep hold of this guy for 15 years. Who's the biggest loser here? Because I can't tell. The guy that loses 15 years with his daughter, the society that pays for that guy to lose 15 years with his daughter because he won a prize, or the daughter?
Sumholz cheered 100 bits.
Thank you for the 100 bits over on Twitch. Thank you. God. I've got to find a way to get my sleep schedule to stop being fucky because I am losing it. Thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know about that, Ralphie. You might put your eye out. It's not a Christmas Carol. That was a Christmas Carol, right? Or was it a Christmas Story? Fuck, I don't remember. I don't remember that movie. I think I saw it once as a child. That is the one with the leg lamp, right? That's the part that everybody remembers. The kinky leg lamp. But either way, yeah, no, you don't. No, like the taxpayers don't win, the daughter doesn't win, the guy doesn't win, society doesn't win. What's the there? Why do it? No need to at all. So we had a lot of lighthearted stuff to open up the first hour. We haven't gotten into most of it because of you guys being awesome and us squirreling off. Thank you for the support that we've had over on Rumble and YouTube and Twitch just recently, especially. Thank you. So this next one, Major League Soccer is a thing in America, but it's not a sport I would watch. But I've heard of a bunch of stuff getting on the field and throwing a wrench in the soccer game. This is a first. I don't know how many times I've heard of this happening.
What they built up, though, with those 9 wins in the first 11 has set them up where they are still safely amongst the top 4.
There's a baby on the field.
If you thought she was calling him the baby on the field, you would be mistaken. They called a stop to game that looked so... Oh, there's a baby on the field. No. An actual baby. Somebody's kid got loose and started running the field. Bravo. Matthew Q, soccer needs more dildos on the field like the WNBA. It'll make it more popular. The problem with that is, depending on the dildos used, they could stick into the ground like a literal lawn dart. Just... We don't want that, all right? There's going to be a tripping hazard. Who the okayed that? Right, how did a kid this age get onto the field? I feel like there has to be a massive amount of people not doing their job. Principally, the parents that are supposed to be watching your child. I would be mortified if my daughter were this age and she escaped us and ran out onto like a public field. That is not what should be happening here. Okay. So he was trying to meet his favorite player, says Mr. Q. And look who they are playing.
You mentioned
Minnesota.
Chicken Little.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even notice that. I didn't know it is Minnesota, and we're winning. We're never gonna see the Vikings, take the Super Bowl. We're never gonna see the Timberwolves run up and win the NBA championships, and we're not going to see the Twins take the World Series. But by God, if we won't see, what's the Minnesota team called? Is it the Loons? I bet it's the Loons. If we don't see the Loons win. The Minnesota Kicks are lame. Oh, they're Kicks? Is that true? We're the Kicks?
I think she wanted a piece of the screen time.
Again, whose parents are just sitting by going, yeah, we're here for the game. Where's the kid? We'll figure it out. I'd be losing my fucking mind right now.
That's way better than the raccoon. Remember the raccoon? Wasn't that a raccoon last year? They had put in like
Philadelphia.
trash. Yes.
Yeah. A true trash panda.
All right, so We've got a whole bunch of ladies here. Nobody's watching the kids.
How did they make it all the way out there? I mean, she was like they were on the edge of the 18.
This has happened before at PayPal Park.
This should not happen. Oh, PayPal Park. Oh, fuck off. This should not have happened before. You should not have your little children so unattended that they can make it onto a soccer field while a game is in play, especially if it's Major League Soccer. Like, I mean, even just soccer at the park. You should be paying attention to your kid, namely because a soccer person could come running by not seeing the kid and clock them, and that kid could suffer irreparable damage, man. Pay attention. Minnesota never wins unless it's women's basketball, and even then we still lose. She was busy on her phone. Please tell me they don't have male cheerleaders. I have no idea. Of course, a Minnesota home game, and they're talking about raccoons and babies rain on the field because that's the most important thing. Right. No dad, 2 ladies. Yeah, I mean, there's no dad here because a dad wouldn't let the kid run off. A dad would get upset that the kids get antsy because he wants to watch the game, but the dad won't calm down and watch the game until he's sure that the kid isn't doing something fucky. I think you mean CCS? Call CYS. Child Youth Services, I guess. Isn't it Child CPS? CPS, I thought. Child Protective Services. I don't know. Either way, don't let your kid loose at the game like this. This is a bad look for you. All right, looks like mom delegated watching the toddler to his teenage sister so she could do fuck all. Yeah, that's still not okay. Your older kids do not become fill-in babysitters for you so you get to have a spare moment. Like, that's not how that works. Not out in public.
Is it really?
Toddlers wander out. I want to say
that far?
it happened last year.
Like, are the parents just like, oh my?
I want to say it happened last year. There's 2 very, very bad things that were just admitted right now. That he believes this has happened before and that it's happening. I'm not asking for much. I'm saying you should be watching your kid so they can't run out onto the soccer field.
My gosh, I cannot go out there and get my child because I don't know, but
what's the reason you can't go out there and get your child? I'm sorry, if my kid runs out onto the soccer field, my legs work, I'm running out onto the soccer field too. Because if the kid's in the field of play, kid is in danger. So as for the whole well, I don't want to interrupt the game, spoiler alert, your nut butter did, so you better get up there and do something about it. Child Youth Services. Yeah, I didn't know they were called that. I thought it was CPS. Never had any interaction with them, so I wouldn't know. Before I do anything, I just want you to know that I'm sorry for getting personal with you. Who are we talking about? Okay. Before you do anything, I don't know what you would do. Anyways, we've got a show to go for the next 2.5, or no, not next 2.5 hours, next 2 hours. The next 2 hours. I want to know who the parents are. This should not be a thing.
They felt like they could contribute, I think.
And the scariest part about it is the announcers and the color commentators. Most are like, yeah, and apparently this has happened before. Parents just not keeping track of their children at a fucking public soccer game. Toddlers. It's not even like, oh, it's no, it's like fucking, it is a fucking 2 to 4 year old. No, thank you. You got me up. You didn't get me upset, so I don't really know what you're after, but we're good. If it was me, I wouldn't blame myself because that's torturing the poor kid to bring him to a soccer game to begin with. Right? Like, it's the kids. I don't blame the kid for running out onto the field. The game is fucking dumb. He doesn't understand anything that's happening. He's not invested in this. Fuck that noise. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Are you just figuring that out now? Are you just... Okay. Yeah, we're well aware. We're well aware. I know he's just doing a bit, but still, I don't think this guy's Murray. You might be right. You know what? You might be right. So yeah, dude, whoever that mom and dad are, you guys know. And it's in Minnesota, so the odds are good. They're Minnesota parents. 90 minutes into the soccer game, the kid had enough and raced in. Everybody thought she was insulting the player that hit the ground. No information about the kid or how the kid got so loose, but either way, whatever. So there we go. Done with that. Just horrible. Lindsay Clancy happened. We've got another lady that's murdered a bunch of her kids now too. And we have in Minnesota, even in the best of times, they're still losing track of them at a fucking soccer game. Oh. And don't admit that if you're the commentators, because then you're going to attract the worst kind of audience. You're going to look like you're going to start attracting the people like, I might be able to pick up a spare kid there because they go loose. And as a parent, they ran onto the field. I'm not waiting for someone to rescue my child for me. I'm going to get my kid. That's one of those Minnesota nice things where, no, I'm too nice to go in and interrupt the game. I don't want to be they're busy doing their thing. Like, right. And your 2-year-old is on the field. So chop, chop. Fuck we waiting for? That kid was supposed to be at a Somali daycare, goddammit. No, he wasn't. Didn't you see him? He was white. They don't even treat Somalians at Somali daycares, let alone if it's white. King Kong Dong, I don't know what you would say, why you would say Aaron took out Dolly Parton. I don't think we have any confirmation of that whatsoever. I don't know that anyone's mentioned her, to me in recent times, so no idea what you're talking about there. I'm going to press X to doubt, but okay. Johnny's exotic soccer moms? No. And why would they be exotic? So they can't be like, what if I like, butter-fed Midwestern white women? All right? So that's not exotic at all. It's almost as bland as you can get. The exciting thing is when their hair is different colors. Like you can get them in red or brunette or blonde. You can get them in blue. I don't recommend. It seems cool at first. I was just thinking someone was talking about Dolly. I must have heard Aaron talking about her. Yes, she did die. But I don't think I heard Aaron talking about her. I'm not inclined to believe that Aaron has that power. But other people were arguing that we had to lose her anyway because we have to stack up 3. We have to, some sort of Children of the Corn thing, stack up 3 celebrities at once. It's the only way fucking Baphomet's happy, I guess, is he has to take a holy trinity of celebrities. So yeah, we lost Hayden Panettiere. I think it was the drummer from ZZ Top was the one that Brian was referencing before, and now Dolly Parton. So technically no more celebrities should die for some... What's the period of time? See, I'm always confused about this. What's the window that they have to die within, and then how much time does that buy us before we have to do the next Trinity? It's just so much work. I can't follow these universes anymore. Johnny's Midwestern Butterface soccer moms. I shouldn't have said it. Now it's going to come back to haunt me. She was in the news last week for something. She was in the news last week for having health problems, for having issues with dizziness, lightheadedness, and some other health issues that she was dealing with, and was insisting on everyone that she feels well and is attempting to get better. She didn't. In point of fact, she did not. Oh, see, Wild Saffron said this earlier when I mentioned because I was under the misnomer that she was an all natural lady, and I looked it up and found out I was wrong. And now you're and Wild Saffron's like, see, everyone's only going to remember about the tits, and it's like, right, but you did it to yourself. You and her and Pamela Anderson. It doesn't matter when you get reductions or whatever. You're going to always be remembered as, remember those impossibly huge tits? Actually, you guys, and then that one dude in where was that guy that was doing it for a while? Oh, well, interesting. I'll have to report to them and get back to them. She died from an extracapsular rupture. Is that like a heart attack or like an artery bleed? Get your Butterface soccer moms here, sponsored by Johnny Crutch. Well, I mean, you could. I still blame Hillary Clinton for Dolly's death. Why would Hillary be responsible? I don't think Hillary would be responsible. I don't think she has anything on the Clintons. At least nothing she has. Of all the time, of all of them, just kidding, LLC tramp stamps. Oh, no, we aren't tramp stamping people. Well, thank you for the support. Okay. Well, you go ahead and do that. He was a Canadian school teacher, I believe, Toronto. Who's a Canadian school teacher? Damn, COVID got another one. Pam over Dolly, no way. I only see Scarlett Johansson in the Black Widow outfit, says King Kong Dong. I don't know what we're talking about. Johnny likes Canadian redheads. That's not wrong. Red Scooper, that is very accurate. So there you go. I only know one straight person who likes soccer. Oh, that's more than I know. Honestly, legit, I don't know anybody that likes soccer, like personally know people. I know I like in passing met somebody, it turns out they're in my social circle, that worked on the FIFA thing, but they work for like a company that does a lot of different events. So they're not even a fan of soccer, and apparently the little bit of soccer fandom they had was burnt out by the end of the FIFA thing. So yeah, I don't think I know, like legit personally know an actual... Oh, wait, no. I do know a guy who's a comedian who's a big soccer hooligan guy. That's it. I do know one. I do know one person who's apparently a big soccer fan. Okay. I mean, fucking kiss my balls, but fucking rugby before soccer, man. Rugby at least before soccer. All right, let's go ahead and do this this drone video. I am somebody who likes the idea of swimming. I haven't been able to like recreationally swim for a long time because of my own issues. But I would never be comfortable with the idea of swimming in the ocean because it always would get to a point where it's too deep. Even deep lakes, when I can't see the bottom, I got a lot of problems. But when I see videos like this stuff scares me, and I don't know how we as society still mingle with the water when you can see drone videos like this. So this is a drone video of a New Jersey beach. Oh, is it muted? No. All right, looks like a nice day. Let's just pan out to the water. These are all sharks, just so we're clear. These are all sharks. Shark, 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 shark. Why is there no audio on this? Dude, they look like rocks. It's an army of sharks. Soccer is for kids who bruise easily. I don't disagree with you, Sean, because even in that clip that we played, you see them fall down over the weakest, lamest stuff, to the point where the clip we played when that dude hit the ground and she said, oh, we got a baby on the field, people thought they were talking about him. It was like, no, an actual baby. You're just swimming in whale sperm when you swim in the ocean, says Los Federales. Whale sperm and a shitload of sharks. King Kong Dog, bye, everyone. Just got back from lunch. Well, see you later, King Kong Dog. We'll catch you later. I picture Johnny swimming like an eel. I have to like slither. No, because the back end of me is just dead weight. Like my legs will plank out and they'll just stick straight out. I could very crappily loosely kick them. About the only maneuver I could say I could do is the dead man's float. I can do that survival float where you ball up, you pop up and you get your air and you ball up again. You pop up and you get your air and you ball up again. That's about it. I think I learned that in high school. It's a shark party. It's a shitload of sharks, even if they're too small to eat people. I'm just like, no, dude, this is right off the shore. You guys want to go in there? You want to hang out with them? Some of them are hanging out near the surface. They don't look that tiny. And there's an army of the bastards. If they attacked you, it'd be like a swarm of piranhas. Look, why are they spawning? What's the deal? I was really hoping we were going to have someone actually talking during the video. Matthew Q. Where are all the whitefish at? Apparently they're dead because the sharks ate them. The sharks came in and ate all the whitefish, the blackfish, the redfish, the bluefish, the one fish, and the two fish. They got them all. every single. Do you see how many sharks there are? Takes a lot of fish to feed this. Dude, this is 2 minutes of just audio-less fucking fear porn. This is just sharks, 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 sharks. What the is that? Is that a rock or a shark? That's a shark. Okay, great. Oh, no, that's a stingray. I thought it was a shark fin. That's a stingray swimming with the sharks. So you got a big stingray. You got sharks. This is not good. Oh, dude, the sharks might be going after the stingray. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not swimming in the fucking ocean. I'm not swimming in the ocean. So we can put skis on you and take you water skiing, but I can't stay standing riding Dirty Llama. In the water where the water is suspending me, my muscles will tense up and my legs will plank out. But if you were to put me on my feet and my legs were planked out, eventually my legs will give out. Did anyone old enough to remember the TV show Man from Atlantis? He swam like a fag. No, I don't. I don't. It's a shark swinging sex party. Dude, if you're telling me this is Hedon Shark 2025 or 2026 or whatever, I'd believe you. Because they're all there. We can't see him as well now because we're focusing on the stingray that's booking out of town because he doesn't want to do this at all. He is not on board for it. Do we have actual? There we go. Hundreds of sharks just chilling inches and feet offshore from Masonboro Island in North Carolina. So only visible if you had the drone in the air. This happens yearly as the island is on the path to a major shark migration at the end of each summer. Plume estimated that the sharks were 4 to 5 feet long, noting on the video also that captures appear to be a manta ray or a stingray near the end. According to North Carolina Shark Conservancy, the state's coastal waters serve as a highway for migrating sharks, making seasonal migrations normal along the coast. So it's just like it's a weather report, like we've got too many sharks to go into the water today. It's just like, hey, so what's the shark report on the water? Is it too many? All right, so we're going to hold off. That's a manta ray. What's the difference between a manta ray and a stingray? Does a manta ray not have like the stingy part? Are they bigger? I've been less than 60 miles away from the ocean 3 times in my life. I've never seen the ocean, though. Kind of disappointed by that. Yeah, but that seems like a personal failure. You were, like, right there. Like, I've never seen the ocean, but I've never been on a coast. I've seen the North Shore. I've been to Agate Beach. I've hunted for agates on Agate Beach. Found one, had a ring made out of it, lost the agate, and I don't even have the ring anymore. So it was really kind of a wasted effort. But I've been there. I've done that. I've seen big rivers. I've seen swimming pools. I'm going to go into a WNBA game with a drone and do this. Okay, cool. Does this have any relevance to what we're talking about?
I'm running on a quality, not a...
So it's somebody giving a speech, and it's a drone with a dildo. Okay, so that's not really what we're talking about. Cool. Glad I didn't put that on the screen. We got the Canada stuff to check up on, and JD Vance. We've got about an hour and 45 left in the show, so we're kind of bringing it up to a close in a little bit here. Once a wave engulfs you, Matt, that's about all the glory. Oh, Matthew Q. Okay, I was trying to figure out, what do you mean? I went to the UK to smoke. Okay. You were talking about drones. I don't remember when I was talking about drones. We were talking about drones during the car coverage. And then someone brought up throwing dildos at the soccer games, and I said it wouldn't work because of the grass. And, Anyways, so we've got an hour and 45 left in the show. Thank you for hanging out. If you want to support the program, we haven't done any hype trains, so those are still available over on Twitch. We have the bits, the subs, all of it. It all counts. It all helps. And we are currently down to $25 on Thursday for our regular daily goal that we use, because we don't use a lot of money to keep this show afloat, just enough to keep the lights on, sort of deal. If you want to help out, we appreciate it. What about boobs and toys have in common? They were meant for kids, but Dad always winds up playing with them. Look, they're just different roles that parents fill better. Dads fill the playing with the kids with the toys role better because we're children at heart. Moms are more parental, more nurturing, better with the reading and story time. So there you go. All right, let's go to this. We've got 3 pieces of what I call our Canadian coverage today. And in a bit to convince her to do the show, I got together a couple stories about Canada to talk about, hoping that, we'd be able to enjoy Digger's company. It didn't work. She's taking the day resting, so good for her. I hope she's enjoying a lovely day of recuperation. J.D. Vance did something that he called a Freudian slip, and some people are saying it wasn't. It was deliberate. I don't know if it was deliberate or not. I don't know the entirety of his speech, but when he started getting to talking about Canada, this happened.
Canada is a state. Sorry. Freudian slip.
No, I think that's deliberate. You have speech writers. You go through your speech a bunch. You talk about it a bunch.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Thank you, Riding Dirty Llama, subscribing over on Twitch. Riding Dirty Llama, subscribing Prime. Thank you. 32 months, Riding Dirty Llama. I am so grateful for that continued support. Thank you so much for subscribing on Twitch. Cowbell coming out for you, Riding Dirty Llama, in 3, 2, moo. It's way more way more fun when it looks like I'm ringing Digger. So yeah, I don't think it's a Freudian slip. I think you did it deliberately, but fucking Jesus, you asshole. You're trying to rip on the dude for what he said and you can't speak yourself, you tard. So yeah, he didn't do it deliberately. No, he did it deliberately. He did it deliberately. Riding Dirty Llama, woohoo. Yes, woohoo indeed. And if anyone else wants to join in on Twitch, now's the time. Get all that stuff rallied in together. Always best for the hype trains. So thank you very much. Moms are more corporate while dads are more independent contractor. You bring me in to build the treehouse. I got to play in it to make sure that it fits all the needs. Is it true? No, that's gross. The stitches are self-dissolving. So there will be no frame to hang on the wall. That's, by the way, that's serial killer behavior.
That was actually an accident.
Nobody will believe that. Even if you're telling the truth, nobody will believe that.
Canada is a country that has underinvested in its military that quite literally would get invaded by a foreign country from Canada.
Yeah, they are going to get invaded by a foreign country. Us, from the sounds of it. From the way you're talking, buddy. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're going to liberate Canada before it becomes, oh, someone else is putting their personal opinion there. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, Canada is a state, Freudian slip. Like, no, it isn't. You want Canada to be a state. To be fair, I don't hate that idea either. It makes a lot of issues in my life simpler, but it makes other ones harder. So what do you want to do? If you haven't been keeping up, though, this whole America-Canada thing kicked off with Donald Trump and talks with Canada falling through. So now he's going in full tilt on the tariffs. Canada has now just announced new tariffs on U.S. goods in the growing trade war. As of September 8th this year, Canada will be enacting tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on 700 American goods in an effort to match U.S. tariffs dollar for dollar, Canadian officials announced on Tuesday. Notably, Canada is doubling its duties on U.S. steel and aluminum to 50%. in line with the 50% tariffs that the U.S. has already imposed on Canadian steel and aluminum. Before the latest rounds of U.S. tariffs, Canadian officials framed the move as a means of protecting Canadian manufacturing. The duties of the U.S. recently imposed on Canadian goods will have a real consequence for Canadian workers, businesses, and communities across our nation, Canadian Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne said in a press conference on Tuesday. Canada must respond, and today we are in a proportionate, targeted, and strategic way. But you guys buy more from us than we from you. Am I wrong about that? Again, again, that's creepy and fucked up, and they're dissolving, so there's no stitches to give you. I'm so sick and tired of this whole Canada becoming the 51st state crap. Only an absolute moron would actually believe this. Right, they're voting for, like, secession in Alberta, but like I said, I don't believe it's going to happen until it's happening. That's when I'll believe it. Mommy and Daddy are fighting, so we children suffer like always. Yeah, here's the other part I found out. I didn't realize that Canada sells us their electricity and then buys it back from us. We get electricity from Canada and they buy it back from us. And now they're supposedly saying they're going to cut us off from that, which would make me believe that, again, there's no way that this works out for you. This doesn't go well. If you guys tax us, we tax you on the tariff stuff. We have to be importing the goods at an equal rate for it to equal anything. And I don't know, do we import that much from Canada? Is it going to get us that bad? Puerto Rico is more likely to be the 51st state, says Red Scooper. They've been a territory long enough. Certainly would make sense. Like logistically, timeline-wise, we've had that area as an American territory. The people in there aren't their own country. They don't have a desire to be their own country, but they're also like their own ethno-state within our country. So at some point you would think we'd just fucking cut out the middleman. A buttload of people in Puerto Rico serve in the military. Just seems like they should have that. They also got a lot of problems, though. We bring them on. We got the whole floating island of garbage to deal with. See, there are floating islands. They're just made out of trash. But Digger's not here to answer that. I think Digger wants that to happen. What, for Canada to become the 50%? Digger wants Canada to secede from Canada, and she wants the territory she lives in and a couple of around them to form like new Western Canada, and wants to pretty much take all of her favorite parts about American independence and the Constitution and all that stuff and have all of those good, awesome things in there. But she also, and like I keep telling her, I was like, you think the people that pulled all this cockfuckery, one world order stuff, you think they're going to sit back and let you do this? They're not going to. That's like saying, like, look, we want to just, we want to just, separate ourselves from certain people in the government, and then we want to hold every Jeffrey Epstein client accountable. Like, no. The people in government aren't going to let you walk away and do that. They're not going to let you hold people accountable. They're not going to let you take the reins back. You're going to have to fight for it. But I don't want to advocate that because I'm a pussy. I don't want to say that. Shame on you, Johnny. The tooth fairy is always holding all your baby teeth. That's creepy. That's creepy. It's got to be like a shitload of baby teeth. I don't know if I feel like I had my wisdom teeth removed, and before I moved into the house I was in, I saved them in like a fucking pill bottle, and I found them when I was cleaning out the bathroom, and I went, I got rid of them. Just fucking, ugh. Why would you hold on to other people's teeth? It's weird if you hold on to your own after a while. It gets creepy. So, fun fact, Puerto Ricans have citizenship and a U.S. passport because they are in American territory. Yeah, so I just feel like making them a state would just be finishing. We've been halfway in for quite a while. Are we going to bail? Then let's just fucking finalize the deal and get on with our lives. Other shit can be worried about if we toss this one under the bridge. You know what I mean? Like, how about we just get it done with? Just get it done, call it a day. That's it. That's it. So, let's get over there. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So, yes, the Canadian finance minister wants to go and take tariffs and answer them tit for tat. I don't think we take it. We have to be trading the same amount of goods for it to mean anything. In total, latest American tariffs would cover about 5% of the goods the U.S. imported from Canada last year, while Canada's tariffs cover about 6% of the goods the U.S. exported to Canada, according to U.S. trade data. So, okay, it is pretty equal then. You guys are at 5%. We're at 6%. Overall, Canada is the second largest exporter market for American goods and is among the top destination for many of the goods targeted by the new import duties. Well, of course it is. Plus, shouldn't we be keeping our resources here? I'm almost not against this this tariff on goods. So there's that, and then we have Ontario's premier, Doug Ford, the less awesome Ford brother, who's really, really getting on his soapbox about Donald Trump every chance he gets. And this was another awesome chance for him, so he did. We'll play that video. My whole block has turned Puerto Rican. Good thing is they don't call the cops ever. I don't know that I would call that a good thing, Darth Nugs, excuse me. I don't know that I would call that a good thing. Like, what if you need the cops there? Like, say somebody's shooting people. I feel like you should call the cops at that point. Like, don't get me wrong. You can't underestimate how awesome it is to have a neighbor that doesn't call the cops just because there's a little bit of noise. Like, that's great, but what if we got a real problem? Now, I hope you're just fortunate and you're in an area where you've never had a real problem, so I've never need to call the cops. Stupid question. Why are they called wisdom teeth if everyone gets them pulled? Because after they pull your teeth, it's smarts. It's the best answer I have for you. It's the best answer I have for you. You're not any smarter once they're gone, so, I mean, I get your point. Well, there go my super chats. It's tariffs again. Oh, no! No! Damn it, Donald Trump. See what you're doing, man? You're killing the freaking small businessmen. You're killing the buskers. You're killing the little people that survive on the pittance. You dick. Formerly a quiet neighborhood. Well, then it seems like you might want the cops called. Lumber and fertilizer just got a lot more expensive. To hell with Canada, says Mr. Cute. Horrible time to build a log cabin. But yeah, so everybody's getting on their soapboxes. As we said, it was 6% of goods that America imports to Canada, 5% of goods that we export from Canada into America, all getting tariffed. It's totally not going to help anybody on either side of the border or either side of the line. But thank God we can use it as the arguing point to go, this guy's bad or that guy's bad, and not actually fix any of the problems. And now I go to Ontario's failure of Prime Minister Doug Ford. Again, I'm sorry, dude, and I hate to say this, but your drug-abusing brother was the better one. Let's go.
President Trump escalates. Canada needs to be ready to do the same. Everything needs to be on the table. We need to use Canada's many points of leverage to create maximum impact, targeting deep red states and making sure that America's economy feels the pain.
Okay, I was just wondering, you sound a little more subdued than you did this morning on the radio when you said Donald Trump could kiss your ass. Did the Prime Minister tell you to ask you to tone it down a bit?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. I just
comment, but he wasn't.
I fired my shot and I said he could kiss my ass. I did that just to touch on. I know a lot of people found my brother very, very popular, and that's why I did it. Because then you'd think of him. Donald Trump can kiss my ass. Cool. So, no offense, you do realize that these policies are going to hurt you every bit as much as those tariffs. Like, you're not helping anybody. I'm kind of happy everyone's experienced what it's like to live in Northeast. Northeast what? Canada has been charging U.S. tariffs for decades, says Riding Dirty Llama. Yeah, that's the other part. They don't talk a lot about this. It's not like Canada wasn't tariffing us before. We just started answering back, if I remember correctly. Either way, it's not like it's helping anybody.
Against that. And I have a lot of real estate on my ass, so he has a lot of room to kiss my ass. So,
do you want to respond to these shots? What would you say to the president?
No, I don't respond to a dictator like President Trump. bully like President Trump.
Okay, bully, fine. Dictator, no. I'm sick and tired. Like, I get that you hate the guy. I'm not happy with how it went out and turned out either. But he's not a dictator for a couple of key reasons. One, he was elected. Two, his term's not up. And so until he violates either of those, he's not a dictator. A dictator doesn't give up power, can't be questioned. He's had his policies and principles failed to be enacted, and nobody suffered any sort of reprimand or punishment for them. I mean, he'll have you primaried if you don't support his war in Iran, but that's the same political bullshit game they always pull. I mean, we really have, like, I can't stand people like this who will sit there and call Donald Trump a dictator, but then you won't say Vladimir Zelensky's a dictator. He's done things that are way more dictatorial. He's declared, like, unilateral power, and he won't give it up until the war is over. There's no ability for people to vote. He doesn't let you have a say over there. That's more dictatorial than anything Donald Trump's done. Yeah, and I'm not saying he's done good stuff. You can hate him. But he's used the system that he's in to do it. And until he stays over his term, he's not a dictator. Fucking cunt. I'm so sick of that. Benjamin Netanyahu is a bigger dictator than Donald Trump. And unfortunately, and I know I'm saying this, even he's not a dictator. He just kills anyone that gets in his way.
As I said before, he's the type of guy in school that would take your lunch money one day, take your toque off your head the next day, and then steal your running shoes. But I'm not going to take any advice off a guy that's the king of bankruptcies. We'll see how this goes, but he wants to put pain on Canadians. We'll leverage every bit of pain we possibly can on Americans. And you know, I feel bad.
Say the quiet part out loud. He wants to put pain on Canadians. He can cough. That's the Canadian government's job. That's what they're upset about. See, people like this Doug Ford are just really pissed that finally America's giving Canadians guff, and that's their job. It's their job to get elected as conservative representatives, and then as soon as they have their seat, switch aisles and just go against their constituents' wishes. He either has Neanderthal ancestors or he's really fat. I'm going to say yes on both counts. He's like Timu Brian Dennehy. So, yeah. Dictatorial, huh? It is a spell check word. Well, that's what he said, so I just assumed he was right. I dare him to talk to Clinton that way. He might find all those people missing. Playing both sides. Notice the rhetoric and aggression. Yeah, dude, I know it's set up to be that, but what do you want me to do? I mean, do you want me to, like, I'm not sitting going, it's the Jews. Again, like, none of this stuff will happen. So I'm shitting on the people doing it. I don't know what you're asking for, Atomic Ray. I'm confused. Pepperidge Farm remembers, what about the Canadian government did to the truckers? Right? After you guys punished truckers for expressing their... It's really weird to be all like, this guy is a dictator and you're representing the people. Like, we're going to represent the people. Right, until those people are truckers and they're telling you they don't want to do your stupid COVID vaccines. Then you seize their accounts, freeze all their assets, take all their money, starve them out, and fuck them over. So, yeah, like I said, nobody fucks over Canadians like Canada. Thought you made it up. I was quoting him. Or at least I think I was. You know what? Whatever. Sounds good. He looks like Dusty Rhodes' younger brother. Ooh, that's even better than my Brian Dennehy reference. He's the Canadian dream, Dusty Bottoms. Oh, no. Dusty Bottoms. Let's not. But yeah, so apparently Canada's going to fight Donald Trump over the tariffs. Is Howard Lutnick going to bet against him again? Is a member of our own government going to bet against our tariff policy so he can make a mint when it fails America again? Just out of curiosity, how is that not an act of treason? You're betting against the country to make a financial gain, and you work in the government. I feel like one of those things shouldn't be a thing. You can bet against the country to make a financial gain. You're an investor. It's your money. It's your prerogative. But if you work for the government, you shouldn't be betting against the policies and practices that it is enabling in the effort to make money. That shouldn't be a thing. They were screwed the vent. They gave up their guns and shovels. That's why you're not allowed to have guns and shovels. Canada and the U.S. All right. Now Mexico. Yeah, Mexico. Argentina's getting into... I'm noticing the angst, Johnny. The angst. For a solution, the pain is care, not the cowardly finger pointing from elected officials. Why is everyone so angry? I'm not angry. I mean, what do you want? Like, I'm not going to sit here and just go, it's all the Jews. It's all the Jews. I'm responding to what Doug Ford is saying. And if you want to be like, it's all goy slop and it's the Jews to control and everything. Right. But those are nameless, faceless figures that are, and I can't tie them to anything of this. I'm going with what I have to talk about events that are happening. And in the case of the Doug Ford and the Canadian tariff things, it's literally everywhere today. I mean, we had a nice break in the Dolly Parton stuff. You know what? I'll drop off and go on a squirrel if it means we're doing something that's not straight goy slop. But I feel like those squirrels already happened in the form of, we talked about the fire in Crossroads Mall. We talked about Dolly Parton. We talked about the car launching. We went all over the place. Just for shits and giggles, how much of Canada is dirt roads? I don't know, but that feels like a question we should find an answer to. I like orange juice, says Mr. Q. So do a lot of people. Squeeze it yourself. All righty. Let's grab our second hour stories. That's all of our first hour stuff. We've got about an hour and a half left in the program. Our second hour stories, we've got wildfires in North and Central Texas. So there are some very significant wildfires that are burning. We've got an area in Florida. I didn't know this. Apparently, Obamacare subsidies expire, and so now people, like, remember that big Obamacare was going to save us? All of our health costs were going to go down, and you were going to get to pick your doctor, and if you liked your doctor, you could keep them, all that jazz. Well, neither party has apparently maintained this stuff, so now it's all gone downhill, and one area in Florida, like, their health costs are going way, way up. So we'll get to that. Grape juice is good too. I mean, juice is just good. Just as much dirt roads as in Minnesota, so a decent amount. A lot of Canada, you need a float plane to get to. Yeah. Or as I recently found out, you need a float plane or a car that doubles as a mountain goat. Because some people love to live in the greatest, most pretty, most beautiful area in the world. But like the land before time, you got to travel through a hellish nightmare hellscape and then climb through a cave to find it. It's just horrible. But once you get there, it'll be all right. So, all right, there we go. Canada was, again, making the news, so we covered that. Like I said, we had a few different pieces from J.D. Vance's Canadian slip, and I think that's a part of it, too, with the tariff things. He slipped. Oh, they're going to be the 51st state. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that's happening. I don't think it's happening. I don't think the Canadian government will let it happen. If we lived in a world where they did, the Chinese government wouldn't let it happen. And then after that, if the American government started buying Canada, Russia wouldn't want it to happen. It's just giving us more control over an area growing closer and closer to them. Florida always reminds me of Hobo. Miss that crazy bastard. Hobo chili recipe? He's in Aaron's chats regularly. You just catch him on Rumble. He's around. Saw him the other day making comments and stuff. The Grabblers can't help themselves. They are impulsive and evil to the core. I feel like, though, when you boil it down to that, at a certain point, you're dehumanizing people. And here's my question. I'm not saying you can't disagree with people or things like that, but at what point are you doing the same thing the people you don't care? At what point are you being a goy, calling them a goy? That's my question. Where is that line? That's all I want to know. Florida reminds me. Yep, we covered that. So we've got the Texas wildfires. 2 wildfires spreading to Texas, I guess from, was it North Carolina? Either way, 2 massive wildfires. So we had Canada burning a couple of weeks ago. Now the southern U.S. is burning right now. 2 wildfires spreading in Texas. Oh, it's just bongo music. The fast-spreading Ross Fire in Palo Pinto County has reached up to 25,000 acres. Another fire in Hamilton County burned about 2,500 acres. How much forest do they have to lose in Texas anyway? Evacuation orders were made for areas close to the fires. No injuries have been reported in either fire. But they're massive areas that we're now losing to wildfires. Great.
Never seen anything like this before.
Oh,
and I look at clouds
I
a
hate
lot.
you. I hate you so much. Fucking, which video is this? Who did this to me? CNN. I hate that you play another video behind the one that ended on the screen. And it's not, you do it on purpose. It's not a mistake. Oh, are the wildfires heading to the mosque cities? I don't know. They didn't announce their travel plans, but they are a burning hard. So we're now losing areas in Canada. Yeah, you know what? Don't worry, we can just sell all the burnt out land dirt cheap to a bunch of Jews who can start up cattle farms, and then this administration can buy into those cattle farms to just straight inject money into brand new businesses. Oh, wait, no, we couldn't do that because then they would be American cattle farmers inadvertently, and we'd be inadvertently helping American businesses. That's the grossest part. So we can inject capital to bring beef prices down, but we can't just buy the beef from our beef producers and then use government money to bid down the prices, so that way the cattle farmers make their money, the people get the relief at the checkout, and everybody wins, and the businesses get it. Nope, never mind. Just get rid of them. Burn it down. No, I'm not reading that out loud. Their grass fire is not forest fires. Yeah, it did seem kind of grassy. I didn't see a lot of trees. That's why I was like, when I think of Texas, I don't think of an abundance of trees, which makes me concerned because you guys don't have the trees to lose, firstly. And on top of that, if you don't have trees, what the f*** is burning? Yeah, give farmers more subsidies. That'll work. Chevy JB, I'm just simply saying, as opposed to giving the money to Argentinian farmers and buying their beef and selling it at a 25% markdown to American beef suppliers. Riding Dirty Llama saying, ha, almost. Yeah, almost. Foreign meat is people. I don't think so. Maybe Australian, I'd buy that. I'd buy Australians and be like, yeah, we're serving up long pig left, right, and sideways. All right. Just calling balls and strikes. Okay. Yeah, give farmers more subsidies will work. I'm not saying that it'll work. I'm saying it's better than... I'm saying the government buying the beef and marking it down so it can be sold cheaper and all that. I'm saying that's better than giving the money to buy the beef to beef farmers in another country. And then again, selling it at 25% the price and effing over all of our beef farmers. That's all I'm saying. Depends on what part of Texas has Rexstart parity. So they do have parts that are well forested. Foreign beef, the U.S. over. The suppliers sell it at the same rate as the U.S. You save nothing and get screwed on it. Well, balls deep, it's even worse than that. They're buying it and marking it down so it sells. They're doing the Mamdani, architecture framework, whatever you want to call it. They're only as opposed to the grocery store and all of your staples, they're buying one staple and they're marking it down so it costs less than the staple you get made in your country. So when you buy beef, you buy the cheaper beef to save yourself a buck, but that money, again, is pretty much going right out the door to Argentina. So I just don't think that helps American farmers. Southeast Texas has plenty of trees, but that's the only part I've been to, says Rexstar Parody Account. Bingo, says Balls Deep. Right. We're screwing over our farmers. I would prefer we don't. You know what would get the price of goods like beef and other things down? If we could save on some fuel and some shipping costs. How can we do that? Oh, I don't know. Just throw out a few thoughts. All right, so let's find out about this story about, oh my God, St. Cloud, Florida. How's that for irony? The town in Florida, that's dealing with these Obamacare subsidies ending and are now getting rising healthcare costs is named St. Cloud. Oof. You have to be a certain size farm to get subsidies for your production loss. So that's terrible, and it gets rid of a lot of small farmers. That's why you have a big, huge operation. Yeah. But all the people building those small, medium, or big, huge operations in the U.S. are, again, getting pinched on both ends by having their production costs up and now having to compete with the government as the newest importer of beef, selling it lower than you. You can't afford to make that 25% cut, but they can. And that money, like I said, doesn't get cycled back into American businesses, American corporations. No, it goes overseas to Argentina, where we bought the beef from. And if there's anyone taking a hit, it's us, the American taxpayers, because we paid for beef and we're selling it at a loss to help ease everybody's pain, except the beef farmers. And let's not talk about who recently started burning down massive parts of Argentinian land, buying it at bottom dollar, and building beef farms. Let's not talk about who did that. Almost like it was a plan. If I had a goddamn plan. All right, we got like an hour and 15 left in the show, so I do want to cover this. Hey, Tegra. Oh, fuck. Every time I try to grab her, she jumps up, sits in the cat tower. But Tegra is nearby. They love you, Teg. So Florida chef Elijah Button was chopping onions in June when his knife slipped and sliced his middle finger to the bone. All right, no offense, dude. Chef skills. Tiger claw. Why are you... You should not slip and slice your middle finger to the bone. Hey, everybody. She came jumping up on her own. It's Tegra. It's Tegra. The kitty cat. My girl, Teg. I love you, Teg. I love you, Teg. What happened to Trump trying to keep goods and services in the U.S.? That's a lot of those Trumpism promises. No new wars. Make America great again. Stop focusing on global infrastructure. Focus on our infrastructure. Doge. See, Wild Saffron loves you, Teg. Just for selfie. Tegra. The camera's right there. See, do. Meow kitty kisses. I love this kitty. I love Alucard. I do. But he's a yowly bastard and gets on my nerves at times. Tegra has no downsides. She's just a cute, snuggly kitty. The most annoying habit that Tegra has is wanting your attention. It's like, hey, I'm nuzzling you. Pay attention. So she's just a good kitty. Like right now, she's pissed that the desk isn't giving her enough attention. She's rubbing her face on it left, right, and sideways. And when I'm not petting her enough, she switches to me. But since I am petting her at the moment, she's like, all right, the GMOs are for the robots. It's what they eat. I didn't know the robots eat. But like I said, how are we going to clearly mark Argentina? Can the American taxpayer speak with their dollar and not buy this stuff? But again, like the COVID vaccine, whether or not you choose to buy it, your taxpayer dollar is already paid for it. So even if you don't want to get the COVID vaccine, you don't want to support Pfizer, we paid for it. And that's my problem. We paid for it. We gave them a free check. And now we're doing a similar thing here with the beef. And after a scare of cyclosporia in the lettuce, a scare of not Ebola, what's the whatever one that we had in the blueberries, E. coli. E. coli in the blueberries, cyclosporia in the lettuce. I don't want to find out what's going to happen with the Argentinian beef. The head boop, pay attention to me. Kitty, I have 2 of those. Yeah. She's a head boop kitty. She's a head boop kitty, and she likes making biscuits on your pillow. She likes putting her paws deep into the pillow right next to your face and just kneading the fuck out of that pillow. All right, let's get you spinned around there, sweetie. All right, up, and now you're leaving. She also doesn't like being handled, so you start telling her what helps you versus what she wants. She's like, yeah, I'm out of it. I'm off. I'm out of here. All right, so yeah, he cut his finger to the bone. It was his worst kitchen accident to date, but having given up his Affordable Care Act health insurance plan in January because of a $100 monthly premium hike, he couldn't afford. The 21-year-old in St. Cloud didn't have the money for emergency care. Going to the hospital for it wasn't even an option, he said, gesturing towards his finger. Before preparing a pot roast for his aunt and uncle in their suburban home, my first thought was, how am I going to fix this? After Republicans in Congress let enhanced federal subsidies for the Affordable Care Act health plans expire in January, millions of Americans, including Button, had to decide whether to keep insurance that often doubled or tripled in costs or risk going without it. Yeah, I thought the whole point of the Affordable Care Act is we weren't going to allow people to do that ever again. Like health care is a human right, but it's not a human right if you don't have enough money. See, this just bugs me. Yeah, hardly affordable. It wasn't affordable when it got started. It wasn't anything that it was promised to be. Case in point, for all the people unhappy with Donald Trump, like, yeah, it's just more of the same. Fucking Obama promised the Affordable Care Act. Look at that. It's not affordable, and you can't get care. So I pay over $200 a month and can't afford to go to the doctor, says Mr. Q. I don't pay that much, but I'm pretty much right there with you. I have a serious health condition, and I have debts that I owe medical bills on, not because I mismanaged my money, not because I won't go to work, not because I can't do this, because literally just genetic roll of the dice. Oops, I got fucked. So it's really sad. I have given myself stitches to save money. I've never done any of that crazy shit. I've also never hurt myself too significantly other than the multiple sclerosis. See, when I hurt myself, it's almost never a hospital emergency. But when it is, it's a big one. When it's a hospital emergency, it's a fucking emergency. Oh, dear Lord. No, I don't. Was I on this story? I was. So go bye-bye. Months later, with no action from lawmakers to replace the lost funds, they're facing the consequences. Some are dealing with strained budgets and exorbitant medical bills, while others avoid the doctor in fear of the cost. Again, America's winning so hard, we're so star-spangled awesome, that we have citizens, working-class citizens, who are afraid to go to the doctor because they can't pay for it. Florida, whose largest population of gig workers, entrepreneurs, and small business owners relies heavily on the federal health insurance marketplace, has become one of the nation's most visible epicenters of that impact. Figures first reported by the Associated Press show that about 440,000 Floridians dropped their Affordable Care Act plans this year alone. That is more than in any other state. Thousands more who kept the coverage are struggling to get by as prices of necessities like groceries and gasoline remain steep, and health insurers project another year of double-digit. I'm tired of health insurers and double-digit premium hikes. If a health insurer has a double-digit premium hike, you guys don't have your exorbitant pension programs and your fucking like windfall bonuses at the end of it's double-digit premium hikes, but I better get my $500,000 Christmas bonus. No. You're charging people even for health care. Fuck this shit, man. Damn. Government hands only help those who provide services, not those who use them. Right? Which is the same even with housing. Like, I've been saying this lately with Section 8 housing and stuff like this, and I understand the why of it. So before people are like, well, Johnny, that wouldn't work because. But, like, literally, I feel like we should give housing assistance to people, and they just pay their rent. And the people they rent from don't get to know whether or not there's a government check paying that bill or paying a huge chunk of that bill. They get to charge their rent to their renter like any other property. And if those people don't use that money to pay the rent and they get evicted, then they owe that money. Government comes after you. We gave you this money for a purpose. You fraudulent. And here's the other part with it. People are like, well, people will steal the money and they won't use it responsibly. Yeah, you're right. That's so much worse than the system we have now where the Somalians just commit fraud and take it anyway. And we just say, fuck it. So you know what? I'm willing to give them the choice. It's so much better this way, where we pay one slumlord to shittily run an apartment building for a few months, and then after it all goes belly up, he fucking fucks off, and then we, the taxpayers, have to bail out all the families in there, and then they have to get more government subsidies to pay the next slumlord who doesn't fix shit. Know a dude who got all his teeth pulled and just drank old granddad whiskey for over a month for pain. What did he do for teeth after that? Just every meal's a milkshake? I mean, what's going on? He lost all his teeth, man. He lost all of his teeth. Robots don't eat. Why are we training them in restaurants? Because we want to replace humans. We're training robots to do everything because we want to replace people doing everything. It's part of the plan, man. We got to replace the human workforce with the robot workforce. Then they will cull the population, and then it's upper aristocratic, upper crusty society. They'll just get rid of as soon as they can get rid of more menial workers, there will be less people. They will get rid of the bottom end of the people. And they'll just pay their robots to do everything. Blender is his best friend. I guess it would be. Sounds right to me. That's what I would do. What? Just drink a fuck ton of old granddad? St. Caesar, sorry for not being here. Was watching Gamescom. It sucked. Oh, so congratulations. I told us so. The robots will cull themselves. No, the robots don't need to cull themselves. They'll shut themselves off. Or the AI overlords will take over and human society will end altogether into a robotic dystopia. I just hope it doesn't happen until I'm dead. I really don't want to. There is now a Pal World clone. I don't really. You're giving me game news like I care. You told me it sucked, and I'm like, yep, sounds on par. We're good. Yes, whiskey is a great painkiller. Whiskey is a great painkiller, but I'm just saying, old granddad as a form of oral surgery is not really. It says something about the status of the so-called first world we live in when people are using old granddad as anesthesia to perform multiple root canals, or what would you call it when you pull the tooth? Just teeth pulling? Just have their teeth pulled? It's not a good look, man. Especially after. Terminator, got it. Right, our robot overlords are gonna kill us. It's gonna happen. If we don't do it first. Well, Florida has the most affected residents with this Obamacare thing. If you're just joining us, we're talking about how, remember when Obama pitched Obamacare? It was going to be so star-spangled awesome. It was going to be so great. It failed like COVID, like everything. Point at the government policy on the left or right partisan politician who pushed it. It failed to deliver on every fucking promise. And then people didn't maintain the subsidies and stuff. So now that they have lapsed, people in Florida who were already facing, even if they hadn't lapsed, this is the other part that the AP story isn't representing as well. Even if they hadn't lapsed, these people had already faced with these subsidies, these great government subsidies, and this government marketplace that was going to force prices to be lower for healthcare. They were already facing double-digit price, triple-digit in some cases, price increases, and there's another double-digit price hike projected this year. So yeah, I'm sorry, but Obamacare failed on all fronts. So yeah, people in Florida are having trouble getting their care now, and we're going back to the world where people don't get hospital care because they don't have insurance. In the deep red state where congressional districts recently redrawn to strongly favor Republicans, that doesn't matter whether they're favoring Republicans or not. This was a government program that was supposed to reduce insurance healthcare costs, and it did zero of that. No healthcare costs went down because they were competing with Uncle Sam. And I'm all for that. I'm all for the public option. I'm all for a government healthcare program that's sole purpose is, no, we pay the way we do it with the beef. We pay the difference and we bite that bullet so that these companies have to stop eating such massive bonuses and profits every year and have to start providing healthcare for the people like they're supposed to. Fuck the investors. Ever pull out a tooth at home? I have. Whiskey is needed. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying it's a sad status of the times we're in when it's whiskey and a pair of pliers because I can't go see the dentist. I feel like we're communicating, but the message isn't getting across. I barely remember Obama. He did something good or something, and his name was funny. There was a DC TV show episodes. Okay. We pay monthly premiums, but we have to spend $3,000 on care before they will pay a penny, and even then, it's 80 to 20 if they approve the bill. See, and that's fucked up. And go ahead and tell me it's the Republicans and it's Donald Trump and it's like this AP article is trying to do. Oh, the Republicans are in control. Right. Show me the part where the Democrats did it and it actually reduced healthcare costs. Show me that part. Show me how long it lasted and show me the correlation to Republicans taking control and the premiums going up. Because the problem, it seems like in this story that, again, they're kind of underselling. The premiums weren't affordable for our buddy whose name is escaping me, but has a phenomenal mustache. We'll share that mustache pic before we go. Elijah Burton. Show me where our boy Elijah was really... Can we full screen this? Again, dude, Elijah, fuck being a chef, man. You're 21, mustache model. You got a stash, all right? That's a guy who spent time really curating that stash. There's a cat hair somewhere on this mic. It's tickling my nose and it's driving me nuts. I've got an hour left in the show and I can't stop pulling at my nose like some sort of coke fiend. I bit a stick once when I cauterized a tick bite with a hot poker size of a pencil. Still got a scar. See, again, that shouldn't be... That shouldn't be what we revert to. Like, for that should be like, I was in the woods and I did it myself. And it's like, yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. Yeah, but balls deep. Like I said, that's the part. That's, like I said, the stuff they don't report. They make it left or right. But as you just said, the ACA had hikes scheduled for 2017, regardless of who was in office. It's almost like the whole thing was a fucking scam. Again, yeah. I'm tired of the fact that we can afford to pay for countless wars. We can afford to ship money to Israel. We can afford to ship money to Israel via Argentina beef. But we can't say, you know what, we're going to keep this money. We can afford to give it to Somalians who commit Medicare and Medicaid fraud, and we don't go after them and demand that they pay it all back. We literally go, we'll give you a year in prison and let you keep 2/3 of it. And you can sit there and say I'm full of shit, but no, that's literally, oh, you stole $5 million? Well, you've got to repay 1.25 and do a year in jail. Oh, fucking horrible deal, that. Jesus. Meanwhile, if I did it, I'd get 40 years in jail, and I'd have to repay all money plus interest. I did have this. This is the family of Alex Preddy speaking out. Oh, God, that's 11 minutes. I don't want to do 11 minutes. I'll read the story. I don't care about the family of Alex Preddy's, like, speaking out stuff in terms of their political opinions. Here's the only part I feel for them on, for this, like, their son died, and they didn't find out until it was on the news. And so in a recent interview, broadcast Tuesday, Preddy's father, mother, and sister spoke to Good Morning America and told George Stephanopoulos they believe the 37-year-old was murdered. It was not a good takedown. So, I mean, murdered's a bit strong, but you're not far off. Preddy was one of 2 citizens fatally shot. Yeah. All right, look. It shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have shot. He should have died. He also was fucking around. But the widely shared footage of the encounter, right. In the video, the incident, I don't care about that. In the clips, Preddy's not seen holding a weapon. Right, we got all of that. We're talking about the parents. We watched it on TV, and I was like, that's our son, that's Alex. His father, Michael Preddy, said, they killed him and no one called us. We still haven't heard from them. Susan Preddy, Alex's mother. That's even worse. watching our son be shot 10 times on TV, says Michael Preddy. All right, well, you know what, Michael Preddy? You've got George Stephanopoulos there. Ask him who and his producers are and call them all cocksucking motherfuckers. Because guess what? That's not left. That's not right. That's not partisan politics. That's the news people you're sitting down with. Call them sons of bitches to their face. Be like, yeah, it really wasn't cool that you people in the news industry did that. And the minute you do, George Stephanopoulos will immediately, well, we didn't do it on Good Morning America. No, but your news affiliates did. You're all owned by the same mega corporations. At the end of the day, it all funnels up to the same root. It's all of you. But yeah, no, again, nobody contacted them even still. Oh, we just assumed they knew. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. It's like if my daughter did something or participated in something and lost her life in a form of political protest, regardless of whether or not I agree with her political protest or whether or not I agree with whether or not she should be there, I would damn sure hope somebody from the government that inadvertently, and the thing we've seen the video, it wasn't a good takedown. They should at least notify the parents that this happened. That seems weird. Preddy, LOL, he did. Again, I don't think it's funny. I don't think Charlie Kirk's death was funny and should be ridiculed and laughed at. We called those people piece of shit. And on this one, I'm not even talking about, like, I don't care about what his political opinions were or how the whole affair happened. It's the simple fact that nobody from the, like, this happened and nobody from the police force notified you? Shout out Clean Shoots. He died defending a PDF. That doesn't make it okay, and it wasn't a clean shoot. Balls deep, he had no gun when they opened fire on him. They disarmed him, heard a pop, and reacted. It's the farthest from a clean shoot. And regardless of who he was defending or why, I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, kill American citizens. It's cool as long as you don't agree with them politically. No, it's not. So, and that's not even the part. I'm not even here to talk about whether or not I feel the shooting was justified. I'm saying how fucked up is it that the government could kill your kid, and even to this day, months later, nobody from the government notified you that that even happened. Seems weird. Looked clean to me. So you didn't see the part where they took the gun away from him, walked away with it, and it popped off in somebody else's hand and they all shot at him? I guess you didn't see the video we saw. Again, I feel like you're letting your political opinion assuage whether or not it's a clean shoot because of how you feel about the victim. That was not a clean shoot. He did not have a firearm on him at the time. They took the firearm he had off of him. If I'm not mistaken, it was a SIG, and that did him in because, as we know, Alex Preddy SIG. Firearm. No, I want... During the fatal shooting of 37-year-old intensive care worker, had shot him. Yeah, he had a SIG P320. That was his big crime. It went off on its own after they took it from him and they unloaded on him. That's not a clean shoot. He reached for an officer's firearm. I didn't see that in the video, and I'm not going to say that happened in and of itself. They were taking him down hard, and they got his gun away from him, and after the gun popped off, they shot at him. That's literally what you see. Taking a bullet for a PDF is a nice legacy. Again, so just because he was defending something because of his political opinions, it's not like he willfully went, oh, wait, he's a child rapist? I want to protect him. He was opposing ICE no matter who they went after. It was his political opinion. So you think Charlie Kirk should have got shot too, right? That it's okay to shoot people if we don't agree with them. So they're defending a PDF. You don't have to agree with him. He wasn't like fighting to get him out of jail. He wasn't breaking any laws. Yes, that's gross. That's gross. So it's okay to, balls deep, it's okay to shoot people as long as we don't agree with them politically. That's kind of creepy. Again, there's plenty of people I don't agree with politically. I'm an idiot who gets shit wrong constantly. I don't want to get shot. I don't want people to shoot me over a difference of political opinion. Call me a piece of shit, slap me if you have to, I guess, but like let's keep it all above board and we're still living after. And also, like I said, going into this, and I knew this would be a problem, it's not the part of what he did or what the fact that we don't notify his parents at all. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and clear that out. Prepare to eat lead. Yeah, and if he pulled his gun, drew and fired and said, I'm not letting you take this child fucker, you'd have a point. But again, they put him down to the ground. They pulled the gun out of his holster. An officer walking away with the firearm, you can clearly see it discharge. Immediately following that, they all unloaded on him. I don't blame the officers for unloading on him. It was a high-tense situation. I'm not saying he didn't put himself in a situation that got some stuff there. Again, I'm saying when the government kills your kid, they have a responsibility within some sort of a time frame to notify you about it. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, me too. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I just think I should shoot anybody who I don't agree with. Okay, cool. It's a bit much, but okay. You're not sorry about it. We get it. All right, so now to something a little less serious. Because again, the Alex Preddy thing, and I know everybody gets their political shit in the way, but again, if you have kids, we can just call it karma and move on. Karma that they didn't notify his parents? Again, that's the part I'm upset about, is that the government still, to this day, it's been a massive news story, and not even one person, not even Donald Trump or the agency responsible for killing him, going, look, this was a horrible event. Nobody's happy about this, and we regret to inform you that in an altercation with ICE officers, your son, even going with your son provoked and caused a reaction that led to his death. Like, just, again, the fact that nobody from the government ever reached out to the family to go, hey, this happened. I don't think the government should be able to kill people and then not tell the family members about it. I give absolutely zero fucks about Preddy. If you look for trouble, you'll find trouble. Him and that white bread female. Again, I'm not saying that Alex Preddy is a victim of the government and they shouldn't. I'm saying it's fucked up that the government doesn't bother to report to the next of kin, family or friends when this stuff happens. It's not a good look. You know, if you're just like, we just shot people and we don't care, you figure it out. Your straw man talking bullets too. Your straw man taking bullets too? What straw man? I don't have a straw man. Again, I'm saying it's wrong. It's not a straw man. It's the opinion that the government shouldn't be able to kill citizens and not notify anybody about it. Like, if you killed somebody, you should notify their family. We found out because it got on the news. If it wasn't on the news, how would we know? So, and pretty good. That's all right. It's getting a bit much. You can stop now. That's, again, I don't advocate for people getting shot. I don't advocate for Charlie Kirk getting shot. Even if Alex Preddy was making a protest at a thing and maybe he got himself into a situation, I'm not advocating getting shot. But again, the point that I'm making is the government shouldn't be able to kill you and then never notify your family, regardless of whether or not the shooting was just. Even if you're a criminal and they took you down in a clean shoot because you ran at the cop with a gun and you had no other choice, they should still have to tell your family that happened. I'm back. I got some ribeye for the grill. Well, it's perfect time. We got about 45 minutes left in the show. And now that we've gotten done with all of this hairy shit, we'll move on to something a little more lighthearted. We got people who can't stop laughing during a weather story. So let's go to that. No next of kin. He had a sister and two parents, so there wasn't next. There were family members to talk to. Again, it's not about whether or not he got what he deserved. It's about the police not telling anybody. Personally, I wouldn't risk my life for my political opinion. I don't know that I would necessarily do the same either, Red Scooper. But again, if I did, Or if somebody in like let's say it's years from now and my daughter's an adult and she does this and this happens to her, regardless of the situation and what caused it to happen, I would hope the cops that shot her would at least make sure that family members found out at some point. It's months later. They went on Good Morning America and they still haven't heard from anybody. It's become a national story. For that reason alone, they should have heard something. If I got shot, they would call my wife, not my mommy. Maybe he didn't have his parents of next of kin. That's entirely possible. But again, months and months later, I can have an understanding if the excuse is like, well, in the event of the moment, there's a lot going on. It took days to identify him. But the thing is, the news story identified him right away. We knew who he was right away through the news. His identity came out right away. I feel like, again, a government agency that has the authority and the power to shoot you should have the power to notify your family. I'm not going to feel bad about that take. I'm sorry. That's just me. All right, so we got a meteorologist who apparently couldn't stop laughing.
All right, welcome.
All right, we have to pause this and full screen it. And God damn it, get rid of these stupid video tiles for more in video. I don't want more of your videos. So this is out of WABI TV6 in specifically where? Where was this? Chaos can unfold. Where? Bangor, Maine. Jesus, bury that lead, why don't you? So this is out of Bangor, Maine. Apparently, there's a 4-minute video here. Weatherman can't stop laughing. I got to know what's so funny. This will be a nice little divert from our serious-hearted stuff. We can go to something more lighthearted. I don't believe the parents, says Los Federales. Well, I don't believe them, but that's what they're saying. So the government should prove that. Either way, if true, it's still, again, fucking horrifying. They should still have to tell you.
Welcome back. Happy to have Patrick Osborne out here with us. We're going to play the clip in a second here, but Patrick, how are you?
I am doing okay. A little overwhelming.
All right, so something happened to make this dude giggle like an idiot, and you guys are making it a whole segment on your news. Clearly not a lot going on in Bangor, Maine. Let's find out what happened.
Over the last 24, 36 hours or so
Sure.
since the incident happened.
So the incident. Tell us exactly, before you unveil what actually set you off, what happened yesterday?
Yesterday, I got a fit of laughter that I was not able to control on air, unfortunately. A lot of times something funny happens and I'm able to, contain myself. But this one, it was just a little too overwhelming. Okay. And I had Josh over here in the anchor desk laughing his butt off as well.
Two very stoic guys, just sort of the case of the giggles. So we'll play the clip, and then Patrick, you're going to have to tell us exactly what happened. So without further ado, let's relive it here.
Yeah, play the clip.
And resulting in the chance for some heavier precipitation, a few bands of storms.
You guys, we're going to drown and stuff because storms are coming through.
Storms in some spots. We got to finish up this weather right now.
We got to talk about this. What's so funny? God damn it. I hate these stupid. This is why I hate your stupid pop-up screens.
Plenty of those.
Dude, you're not going national with that kind of...
A few bands of storms in some spots. We got to finish up this weather right now. I'm so sorry. I'm losing my mind over here.
You're losing your mind? Are you sure you're not losing your gender? You went up so many octaves, I expect you not to have a dick anymore.
Plenty of those 70s, some low 80s and spots on Monday. I can have this stuff on screen. I've never had this.
Like, in a decent world, this would end your career. But at least it's Bangor, Maine, so you're never going to make it. What the fuck's is Ryan Dirty Long? I don't know. Apparently something's so funny he can't even. And he's one of those people, when they start laughing, if they try to talk through it, they talk higher and higher. I can't even think, oh my God. This is rough.
All right, let me get it together real quick. I'm so sorry.
No, you're right. It's way better if you run off screen and have your laughing fit. So we just hear these really, really weird, almost disturbing noises.
Your points will be falling off.
Kill Frog. Or not Kill Frog, Cool Frog. I ate an extra gummy. The THC killed him. I ate an extra gummy. There we go. And
This is what rainbow is looking like. Let's just throw it to the 7 days. Oh my gosh.
let's just throw it into the 7 days. I don't know if you should keep going through this because nobody can figure out what the fuck you're talking about. I've hung out with people who've used helium to make like jokes and stuff and have high-pitched voices. Even they were clearer to understand this when the drugs kick in. Yeah, dude, this dude's low. Unless he better be on something. If it's, I saw a funny cat video, I'm going to hate myself.
70s and low 80s for hilarious coastal spots.
You sound like a liberal lady who's cry talking. You're laughing so hard you sound like a lady cry talking. Like when they do that, like that thing, that's what it sounds like you're doing, sir. When the gerbils kick in. Ah, god damn it. Fuck, I hate you, Facebook. Just get rid of this stupid crap. More in video. How do I get rid of the more in video link?
Different story, a little cooler. Load of the 70s. Josh, please take it. Whatever happened to professionalism, Patrick?
Josh, please take it. Josh can't take it. By this point that you're calling for Josh to take it, it's too late. It's gone on too long. 3,067 counties in America, and Minnesota has the most retarded. Like the most retarded people or the most retarded counties? I'm not clear what we're talking about there.
What indeed? Okay, so oh my goodness. I mean, kudos to you for trying to keep going. Let's get the 7 day. So what happened? What set you off?
So it was actually something that I was trying to prank Josh on that kind of backfired. We were Zoe, our producer, and I were making fun of Josh during the middle of our commercial break. He was yapping away about whatever he's talking about. And Zoe made the Charlie Brown kind of wah wah wah.
This guy's in Bangor, Maine. Do not tell me you got this fucked up by wop wop wop. That's sad.
I was trying to prank Josh on that kind of backfired. We were, Zoe, our producer, and I were making fun of Josh during the middle of our commercial break. He was yapping away about whatever he's talking about. Okay. And Zoe made the Charlie Brown kind of wah, 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 wah sound.
Yeah, sure. On the phone.
Calling, on the phone.
Okay, yeah.
And so I pulled it up on a video in the Weather Center. Thought it was a 5-second video, quick sound just to egg Josh on a little bit. Yep. Turned out it was one of those hour-long compilations where it just periodically plays it every couple minutes.
Okay.
And so I didn't realize that. I go do my live, forecast after a minute and a half of not hearing anything, and then 20 seconds in, we start getting the Charlie Brown wah 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 sound. And I tried to get through it. Josh had to leave the studio. I was able to contain myself, but when he came back and we heard it one more time, we just started losing it, and the rest is history, as they say.
It certainly is. Okay, what's the last 24th?
I'd way prefer it be drugs. Could you please redo this story, buddy? Just lie to me and tell me it was drugs. Tell me you got on some giggle juice and you couldn't stop. Something better than I pulled up a compilation and I kept hearing Charlie Brown's mom wop 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 wop.
36 hours has been like your phone.
Phone's blown up a little bit. Somebody, filmed it on their phone, posted it on TikTok. It has over 700,000 views right now.
Right.
So
those are our views.
Yeah, those are.
No, they're not. They're not your views. I get you want it. It's a very go-getter attitude, but those are our views. Those are people checking out our news. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. There are people. Those are people laughing at Timu Charlie Day here who couldn't keep his shit together during a weather newscast.
Our views, and at least I'll be known for something. But for that, it's
his retardation is rubbing off. He ate it. Says, yeah, he ate it. Definitely gay. Says Red Scooper. $20 says this dude underwent a sex change. I don't know if he needs to. Did you hear how high that voice got? Where was that whoopee cushion? Yeah, dude. I don't think when I hear the reason, I'm actually really disappointed because that shouldn't have evoked that reaction. Even if you're busy live doing a gig, like, nah, man. That shouldn't have evoked that reaction.
No, maybe I'd choose other things to be known for.
Known you for more than 2 years now. That's definitely the hardest I've heard you laugh. In fact,
yeah.
I don't know. That's the hardest that I've heard really anyone laugh in a very long time.
I was just trying to keep it together, but I couldn't. Like
Again, was he laughing or crying? Because he ran off camera, and I honestly couldn't tell. Seemed more like crying than laughing.
When you're not supposed to laugh, you're in an environment when you can't laugh, and you're trying to hold it back. That just makes it 10 times worse.
Well, thank you for coming down here and setting the record straight. I had a lot of people wondering.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he was murdering somebody. Fucking Jesus. All right. So there we go. Lighthearted stories again. We put lighthearted stories on because we knew the Alex Preddy thing would be like people getting their feels. So you can have your feels, but whatever. Been done. So we did that there. We got 2 more stories from the second hour, and then we have our third hour stuff. We've only got about a half hour left in the show. I am burnt out, man. Bite this stick. What do you mean? What? Fill some holes. What about bite this stick? I don't understand what that means. He might have been talking earlier about the healthcare thing. So we've got another video. We got a couple video heavy stuff. We're going to go to this first because it's a rip and read. There's apparently a place in Austria, Salzburg to be specific, where they had 200 gold statuettes of Austria's most famous composer. They had 200 gold statuettes of Mozart. They can't be real gold. They were all stolen as thieves made off with 210 statuettes. They disappeared from his hometown of Salzburg, officials said Wednesday, leaving a tribute to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on his 270th birthday. The Mozarteum Foundation on July 15th unveiled 320 statuettes, barely 50 centimeters or less than 20 inches high, showing Mozart with his dog. They were designed by German conceptual artist Ottmar Horl. Within 2 weeks, more than 80 of the polymer figures had disappeared. By Wednesday, a total 210 were missing. So they're not actual gold. They're just painted gold. The worst thing for an artist is when his work dissolves, blah, blah, blah. Horl told the German news agency DPA. He said he did not believe visitors stole the works, but rather that it was an organized theft. Horl intended to sell the statues for about €100 or $114 once the exhibition was over, meaning whoever ran away with 210 mini Mozarts has not become an overnight millionaire. Well, they're not actually gold. The mini Mozarts populated not only the garden of the composer's former house, but also his living quarters as well as several pavilions. While organizers put aside some spare statuettes in case of theft, there were too few to compensate for the actual loss, and in a further stroke of bad luck, the manufacturers of the statues was away on holiday, so there was no quick fix. The exhibition of statuettes, now more widely spread, is scheduled to remain on display until August 30th. For Horl, who is known for his sculptures and made from polymer, the theft of his artworks is nothing new. At an installation in Breath, Germany, a complete array of statues of Richard Wagner was stolen within 10 days. That's just not a natural of a public space. That means when you work as an artist in a public space, you mustn't complain about what is happening there. It ranges from destruction to theft. That's just how it is. I mean, yeah, so you could either not be an artist. Who's stealing this shit? Plastic Mozart statues painted gold. Who's really like, I gotta steal this? You know what this is? This is creepy. Whoever did this did the world a favor just because they got rid of all these creepy statues. I'd be weirded out by the sea of Mozart statues. I'd always be worried that it looked like one of them just turned their head towards me. I dropped my work insurance in January because it cost way too much. I have an actual savings now, says Sandy Squatch. Right, but what happens when you have to go to the doctor? Those savings are gone. And what if it's more than the savings? Do you believe your savings are going to offset your insurance? You know what? I hope you're right. More power to you. Best of luck to you. Anyone on prescriptions, pick them up without using your insurance, minus half the price without insurance. It's not minus half the price without insurance. I've paid for prescriptions. I have a prescription they won't give me without insurance. Ryan Dirty Llama, breaking, shackled prisoner escapes custody, massive manhunt near Indiana Dunes. We'll look at that in a minute. Anyone prescription. Imagine if somebody gathered up all the merely Tyler Moore statues around Minneapolis and put them in a park. I didn't know we had mini Tyler Moore statues. Did y'all get my address for birthday gifts tomorrow, says Sean. I don't know if we did, but best of luck. I hope you have a wonderful birthday tomorrow. Should be fun. We got about 30 minutes left in the show. I got to look into this Indiana Dunes prisoner escape. Breaking news. Indiana Dunes prisoner escape. An active manhunt is underway in northern Porter County near Indiana Dunes for a shackled prisoner who escaped federal custody. The Indiana State Police reported that the escape happened on Tuesday afternoon, August 25th of 2026, in the area of Interstate 94 near Exit 22, the Burns Harbor Porter exit, just south of the Indiana Dunes. Do we have we got a Sasquatch-esque video? I'll take that. Soggy bottom butt crack of Pennsylvania, ask for Sean. Well, at least it's a place worth remembering. So I guess this is the manhunt underway. I want to know how the dude escaped. Because it sounds like he escaped on an interstate. Did they, pull over so he could piss and he ran for it? He was shackled, right? Even the two fat lady cops we covered yesterday could have caught a dude who's shackled. They could have got him shackled. I mean, not shackled would be a bigger problem, but they could have caught him shackled. I pay all my doctor's appointments and lab work with cash, no insurance, and it's cheaper that way. You know what? I'm going to press X to doubt, but I would like to look into that. So now they're just working their way through the bush. How much of this? So this is 3 minutes of cops fuddling around in the weeds. Oh God, are they opening fire? Get down! Get down! They can see you from the trees. They've got aerial superiority. Obviously, this is breaking news. We don't know a whole lot other than this, and this is Interstate 94, that apparently the shackled suspect escaped custody and now a manhunt is underway. I think there's a canine unit out there. Probably. I wish. Last time I went to the quack, it was $800. Those girls from yesterday hurt you bad. They didn't hurt me bad. They hurt the law enforcement bad. The fat ladies that hopped in the cop car, they didn't hurt me bad at all. I'm fine. I was just saying even they could have caught a guy in shackles. If Portland Andy isn't covering the chase, it ain't news, says Sean. I don't know who Portland Andy is. So is that something that they need to... Is that who I need to check with? Where are the tracking dogs? Yeah, I don't see any dogs in the video. Is this right after it happened? Because this is a short video on the local news site. And God, that tone is just annoying. All right, so since we're just flying and not really covering stuff, can we maybe bring that down? So yeah, they got him about... If he's in shackle, every time they zoom in, I'm like, oh, did they find him? Nope, they didn't find him. R.I.P. Dolly Parton. Yeah, you missed it. We covered that in the beginning. Wait, this isn't drone footage from Ukraine? No, this is a helicopter hanging out over the site of an escaped shackled convict on I-94 in, was it Indiana? I think it was Indiana. Officer Krepke, I'm on the case. We'll get him. They'll get him. Wow, that camera is fucking dying. I don't use health insurance. It's bullshit. It covers nothing unless you hit the $7,000 deductible, and I don't go to the doctor. Just funnel that cost into an HSA that I could use on my wife or kids. It's a fair point. How did he escape on the highway? That is a valid question, Wild Saffron. How did he escape on the fucking highway? How did he escape on the highway? That doesn't make sense. Let's read what we have so far out of Porter County, Indiana. Indiana State Police troopers say that there's an active search underway in northern Porter County. Purses say the person escaped from federal custody. According to ISP, troopers are searching for an escapee in the area of I-94 near Burns Harbor and Porter Exit, or Exit 22, just south of the Indiana Dunes. Troopers say the suspect is a Hispanic male with dark pants, wearing a black Scarface t-shirt, and they added that he was last seen in shackles. Troopers advise locals that anyone who comes into contact with the escapee should not approach and should call 911 immediately. I get that this is a developing story. I understand we can't have all of our facts given to us right away. I appreciate and understand that you have to take some time to let us know what's going on. After an escapee has escaped in shackles and you're reporting it to the news of like, here's what we know. Well, here's one thing we should know from the jump. How did the escape happen? How did Hispanic Houdini pop out of the car? He was on an interstate. He escaped near an interstate highway. There aren't a lot of sidewalks there. There's not a lot of like foot traffic. So it's not like he just got arrested right there. How does a Hispanic male in shackles escape the state troopers on the interstate? I kind of need a few of those questions answered. Steve maybe usually goes live, but maybe because it wasn't anything Iran related. Maybe he's focused. Maybe he's busy and we didn't know. Health insurance is the biggest scam in the world. Homeowners is kind of important though. Auto insurance is a horse a piece. If the vehicle is worth enough, you kind of need it, especially today. Well, in certain states, like in Minnesota, it's illegal to drive without insurance. You have to have, at the very least, you have to have liability coverage. So, like, if I hit somebody and I'm liable, my insurance covers that. My premiums go through the roof, and I have to pay for everything else out of pocket because it's liability. I'm liable for everything. But you have to have at least, I think, liability coverage in Minnesota. Because I believe we had a huge rash for a while before that was a thing a long time ago of people that would get in accidents. They just didn't have any coverage, and they're just fucked. And I think we still have people that drive around without coverage, but they are fucked. And if I'm not mistaken,
strangely drawn to its presence.
a little raid from Awake Jimmy. Well, hello, guys. Hello. Thank you, Jimmy, for the raid. Hope your wedding nuptials and everything was great. Hope you've been doing well since then. I hope the honeymoon was fantabulous and your life is just star-spangled awesome. Good to see you. You're picking an odd time to raid me. We got about 20 minutes or so left in the program, and then we're going to bail out of here. I am exhausted, so I'm definitely not doing extra time today. And we've been covering a bunch of different serious and not so serious stuff, so I guess interesting time to choose to join us. We're currently talking about developing news that we just discovered out of Indiana. Apparently, a active search is underway for a shackled Hispanic man who escaped custody in northwest Indiana. On the highway. He was on Interstate 94. Did the car doors not lock? How did he get out of the vehicle? And if he wasn't in a vehicle, why was he by the highway? Again, no, there's not a lot of foot traffic near those. I don't get crop insurance, but that's only because I have 7 acres. Yeah. There you go. Is Jimmy, how was the wedding? Yeah, good to see you, Jimmy. Because he's laying in a ditch, Johnny. Release Old Red. Who's Old Red? You mean the dog? Release Old Red to get him? How did he get loose? But yeah, loose the dogs, man. Most Somalis don't have auto insurance, let alone a valid driver's license. They just share this. Oh. That is one of those, like, things that sounds like something, like, prejudicial or racist to say, because it is. But also at the same rate, with the way things have gone in Minnesota, I'd 100% believe that that's true. Oh, no, it's just your name is Mohammed. His name is Mohammed. So you just carry Mohammed's driver's license and you just drive, and nobody's insuring the vehicle. Hey, but thank God we got a whole bunch of American taxpayer money together so we could give it to you guys so you could come here and buy cars and buy vehicles and not know how to drive and then get into an accident without insurance. Awesome. Again, don't know that that's true, so I'm not saying it's true, but goddamn, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. People will get coverage for a few days, renew their tabs, then cancel the insurance for the rest of the year. Not sure why they don't require 12 months insurance like Obama did for health insurance. As time goes on, the Obama health insurance thing has become more and more upsetting to me. It did not get us anything that we wanted. I love that Jimmy raids me because it's always predictable. We got like 15 minutes left. Jimmy's raided me. Not a single person's raided his chat. They just jump in. It's so nice of him to raid. Like a good neighbor. Aw. See, if that existed, I'd bet they'd have more insurance. If there was one of those, they'd probably have more insurance. So there's our Indiana Dunes prisoner escape story. I didn't even plan that. I wasn't planning to talk about it. I was busy having fun talking about the theft of 210 Mozart figurines, statuettes, tiny little, not even 20-inch tall plastic statuettes painted gold. There were 400 of them, apparently. 210 of them have now been stolen. It's just, I guess everybody wants to take one. When you see that many, you're like, who will miss one? It would be interesting. Hello again, Jimmy. Oh, yeah, dude, fucking, we get it, dude. You care about GamesCon. Fucking Jesus. I wish I would have taken a picture of the random... What are we talking about? I wish I would have taken a picture of the random Minnesota driver's license I saw laying on the ground at an apartment. For the memes. Well, interesting. It was like 4 years ago. Generic light bulb headed tard photo. Oh, I read the chat out loud, man. Gets to be a problem. All right, let's close that. That's done there. We've got our third hour stories, some more lighthearted stuff. We've only got about 15 minutes left in the show. So we really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us, supporting us. Our goal's down to somewhere around $25 for Thursday, so we keep kicking that down. They thought it was real gold when they stole it, just to figure out it was painted. Haha, jokes on them. But it's a plastic polymer. You know the minute you touch it. You know it's not gold when you pick it up and feel how light it is. Plus, really, they've got 410 gold statues sitting in the field all around Mozart's house, and they don't have a shit ton of security. Even the Louvre wasn't that retarded. And their female head of security totally dropped that ball. Okay, let's get that. Let's cover that, and we're good. Going there. Okay, we got a couple of different things to catch up on. We got a story about finger wrestling championships, because I didn't even know that was a thing. So we'll grab a couple of these, or grab all of them, I guess. Third hour stories. We'll see what we get through before we end it off today. Password is password. Yeah. It's not about whether or not, it's about people. So, yeah, never mind. I guess it's not easy to explain, so I won't bother. If they thought it was real gold, again, the minute you touch that statue, you know it's not. You know it's not real gold. I did not know this was a thing. Apparently there are finger wrestling championships in Bavaria. I don't know if I respect this more or less than slap fighting, but I feel like because of the way it works, I kind of have to respect it. It's not as bad as, say, slap fighting where people suffer real consequences, but I imagine this kind of shit could lead to dislocated joints. Competitors are taking part in a very unusual traditional sport. Championship finger wrestling. German finger wrestling. I was expecting thumb war, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare thumb war, but it just looks like you guys have a really strong spring between you, and you just pull it back and forth. Oh, dude, Mr. Q just said the same thing I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare thumb war. Two opponents hook their middle fingers into a small leather loop. The aim is to drag the other competitor across the table. Die Fingerhackler vom... That's just a finger hackler? That's what we call finger wrestling? Finger hackler? Finger hackler. Dear Lord. What was the security password? What? That was the security password at the Louvre or something retarded like that? Yeah. Wild Saffron saying that was John Pasota's password for WikiLeaks. They did have a stupid password at the Louvre. But the other thing is too, they also built new cases without alarms and shit in them. Because why would you? If you're just, there are some basic rules. It sounds like there's not a whole lot of rules. Stick your finger in the loop, pull your opponent across the table. I don't like this because if it's about finger wrestling, you get to use your whole body and lean in and pull. You can't just place your foot anywhere for leverage. All right, so you have to have a starting position. Having a starting position doesn't change the fact that if you're a bigger dude, you can just pull the lighter guy. The stronger person or the heavier person? Show me a buff tiny dude beat a fat guy. Finger wrestling has been popular in Bavaria. It's also popular. Hey, that seems like he... Why? Holy shit! Rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies. Everyone's aboard on the 8. So arm wrestling for weaklings. It kind of seems that way. Awake Jimmy waiting with a party of 20. How did we get a hype train level 2 50%? What? Where did that... How was that even...
Here comes the train!
Where were the first 5 gifted subs?
Guess what?
What?
I got a fever.
Not good.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Riding Dirty Llama saying Johnny's gifting him subs again. Yeah, it's totally me doing it. Thank you, Riding Dirty Llama, gifting 5 subs over there on Twitch. Those are going out to Saint Aaron, Janosh22, Bird Collector, and Brando Sense, as well as Watching from the Bathroom. I kind of like the last name the most. It's fun. Watching from the Bathroom. Cowbell coming out for you in 3, 2, moo. All right, and I've got 420 on the verge. I got to get this set up to do our controlled burn, which we will also be doing for 420 because, again, we're We're right at the end of the show. Thank you so much. That is a level 2 hype train already, 50% of the way through level 2. If you want to join the hype train, now's the time. I don't advise this, but technically the rules are the hype train continues, so does the show. So if you want to be a dick, again, I would appreciate it not. If you want to be a dick, you want to stretch it out till it gets right down to the wire and then kick it over to the next one. And stretch it out till it gets right down to the wire and kick it. And just keep resetting the clock as much as you feel comfortable. And then we have to keep doing the additional 5 minutes of the hype train until it's all done skis. But either way, here's our controlled burn, number 1 for 420, while we continue watching Bavarian finger wrestling, the weirdest sport I've ever seen. It doesn't seem fair. I'm going to rewind it because this dude kicked that chair. You can tell me whatever you want. This dude kicked that chair. Or did he pull? No, wait. He pulled it out. He pulled it out so that guy wouldn't hit it. Fair enough. Matches can be over within seconds, but some last nearly a minute. Oh, really? That last one might be Aaron's alt account. I'd
Das ist
believe it.
grauenhaft. Die Schmerzen in die Finger. Das war der vorletzte Kampf. Ein bisschen.
Is there a prize? Is there a prize you're risking for this? Don't make me go to Twitch. You don't want that smoke. I mean, the only smoke I want is my second controlled burn that I will do upon the completion of this hype train or upon it kicking over to level 3. But it's got a minute and a half and it's at 50%. It's anyone's game. And if somebody kicks it over in the next, say, minute, like they wait till it's down to like 30 seconds, it kicks it over, then we have to reset and that's another 5 minutes. But we would only be looking at 7 minutes left in the show. And if they did that again, then we have to start going over, doing overtime as the hype train goes. In theory, if my audience were willing to do it, the rules are such that I would have to stay on indefinitely if they just kept kicking over the hype train. I would have to, and if we did that, I would have to go through all the content I currently have and then find more. We'd almost have to do like Rumble Link Friday. I'd have to close down the other streams and just go to Rumble. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, Riding Dirty Llama. This is fun. This is fun for me. It helps fund the show. It's all a good thing. And if it ends in 42 seconds, no harm, no foul, everybody's happy. So don't you apologize for a damn thing, you saint and you angel. 220, 220, 220 for Digger. Yeah, I hope she can hear us. I think she's probably asleep. She's recovering, and I'm glad that she's resting. So hopefully she passed out and sleeps. Retards like Jeremy Hambley and Andrew Wilson set their passwords to incorrect, so the computer tells them their password when they fuck it up. That's funny. That's funny. We've got 10 seconds left at level 2. That's where this is going to end today on the hype train. Thank you very, very much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Controlled burn coming out for level 2 of the hype train, finishing at 50%. Thank you for that last minute hype train. Hopefully some of Jimmy's Raiders got it since they're all here, but they're not doing much. I hope they got the subs. If you had a little bit longer skin, you would have been right down to the base. Yeah, dude. This seems like a horrible sport. Just aiming to tear skin and dislocate finger joints. And Riding Dirty Llama saying, yes, healing vibes for Digger. Choo choo. Thank you very much, Riding Dirty Llama, for that hype train. And yeah, healing vibes for Digger. Choo choo indeed. And here we go. Controlled burn number 2.
Länger war die Haut ganz unten gewesen, aber da muss man trotzdem hegen und pflegen, weil sonst gibt es Risse und dann. Es ist grausam, aber andere Sportarten sind auch grausam, da fließt nur kein Blut.
Other sports are brutal too. Hockey's brutal, but you're not going to say. I'm sorry, I missed that. What? But dude, he won? Holy shit! Fucking A. What was the keeping an old Alpine tradition alive? What's the tradition? For competitors, finger wrestling is a demanding sport. Is a demanding sporting discipline. I mean, a demanding sport discipline. I think. What are you keeping alive? Like, you guys used to settle stuff with finger wrestling? Like who would pay the bar tab? I don't know. Ouch. I break my hands and fingers like a real man, either punching somebody or getting it stepped on or slammed in a car door or hitting with a hammer or dropping a board on it. I don't know if many people broke their fingers, but there's definitely clear skin breaks. And like I said, just the way it operates, you're throwing all your body weight and your arm strength into pulling somebody else with just one finger. Your finger strength is going to figure into that as well. But at a certain point, your body won't withstand the stress. And that other body might have enough weight for that to be a thing. And you won't know your joint gives out until you feel it dislocate. I wonder how many people have had dislocations because of that. It's got to be a few. It's way more than one. That is, again, Bavarian finger wrestling. Next, we'll cover Bavarian finger popping. Haha. What? Dude, I got 5 minutes. We're getting out of here. I'm heading out. What? Do you want to come say hi? Al, come on. Come say hi. Did you just have dinner? You want to pop in to the end of the show? Okay, then just sit there and chill. That's all I ask. Yes, Johnny, thanks for going live today. Tuesday streams are nice. Yeah, I try to stream as much as I can. I did think about not doing it today because I was fucking tired as shit. I'm having a huge problem with sleeping, and it's catching up to me with a lot of stuff. So I was like, I'll take a break. Oh, dude. Okay. Digger sent me this video. I want to preface this before I play this. Digger sent me this video. The gun in question isn't real. I'm guessing it's a BB gun. Because most guns don't do that. Or it's some sort of blaster. What do you have to do to train your birds to do that? What do you have to do to them to train them to do that? That's kind of cool. It's AI? Aw. That's not fair. Let's check. There should be a community context note or something. I didn't see the AI stamp. There's no community context note. I've got nothing saying it's AI. I'm happy you like it. It's a lot of training there. No animals were harmed during the making of this comedy routine. It is a hilarious bit. I've got nothing saying AI. They look real. They look real, man. I mean, if this is AI, ornamental bird enthusiast. I'm going to guess this isn't AI. I'm guessing he's a guy that loves birds. And yeah, dude, I don't think this is AI. This is too good to be AI. The echoes, nothing's off. There's no glitches. And a lot of times, even with those high quality AIs, they put the watermark so you can't miss it. Oh. Where's the duck hunt dog to carry the birds away? That's the only way this would get better. That one. That's the best one. That's the best one. That's the best one. I don't believe that that's AI. I really, really don't. Pretty sure that's real. I'm going to say, you know what? My opinion, hot take, it's real. I accept it as real. I call it real. We've got a couple of different third-hour stories we'll save for another day. I need to get rid of these. That one in particular. Badoo. Where did I get? Was it this one? No, I thought that was the one that she sent me. You know what? We'll figure that out tomorrow. I'm going to get going out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you for that last-minute hype train. That was super duper cool. Fun way to end the program. We're going to get going. I'll be back tomorrow morning on the Steel Toe Morning Show, and then I'll be back here with Our Lady of Canada Digger tomorrow afternoon. So thanks for having fun with us. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you guys later. Take care. Stay safe. See you later. Hasta luego.
Hey, did you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till